I'm so excited.
I watched the Hector video, but then like I kept falling asleep during it.
I watched the
would
Hector
wake back
video,
up, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta
and then I
start
went
over.
and had to deal with the largest wasp nest I've ever seen in my fucking
I
life.
honestly, I forgot to mention for the Hector thing, like honestly, if you had just watched like the first third, that's all that I would care about for now, because it is not. This is not a fight you want to take more than one mechanic at a time.
I got to Electrope 2, and that's where I was like, alright, that seems like a good stopping point.
Yeah. Plus, it's more fun if everybody gets to see the transition line.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
That's fine. It is.
I know you know.
I actually do not know the transition. I kept falling asleep. I literally tried like 4 times to watch this video. I kept waking up being like, oh fuck, I fell asleep.
Oh, Cat Jim.
We were traipsing through the wilderness today to spread my dad's ashes. I guess that was just too much exercise for me to nap.
Alright. I know we already have them, but just for my brain's sake, clocks.
I thought, is Hector wrong?
There are different clocks.
I want standard clocks.
Okay.
Standard clocks.
Standard clocks.
Now we're gonna have something called modified clocks, which is healers and melee switch.
Great.
Infernal, basically.
Then, we need spreads, which is this. This is boss relative, so 1 will be where the boss is. Melee take the middle 4, range take the outer 4, and it's looking in at the boss relative. So, tank on 1.
Does it matter? Exact?
It should be realistically, it should be group 2, right side looking in, group 1, left side looking in.
No problem. And this is the mine, I'm guessing.
This should
right?
be full uptime for tanks. You should not have to worry. Where you're standing right there, Omet, is death.
Yeah, this is what. Yeah, the mine. You have to stack around.
So this will be the spreads. And if it's buddies, it's just collapse on your buddy. So Maze would come to me, and Circus, you'd go to Sarah. That is pretty much all we need for spreads and
Isn't that a line spread?
The line spread is exactly the same as M2, but we can do it just to be.
Well, we just to establish that it exists.
This one's mine. This one is my line spread, Mr. Paladin. You know, in B's, where you stand during B for spread. In the line. You stand on B.
Still wrong.
So if the boss is in the center here,
and we have to do
and we're spreading around
line
it.
spread. There you go.
That having been said,
yeah, this is the B.
that having been
There we
said,
go.
there will be times where me and Ysera are D and 4 and the healers are C and 3, and there will be times when Maze is A and Circus is 1, and Torum is B and Azerin is 2,
So
depending
be
on who's
flexible,
baiting.
We'll cross that bridge when we
Be
get
flexible,
there.
but okay, gotcha.
It's literally just so what it is
It depends on where the boss is.
it depends on if it's a
There's a bait.
if the supports are baiting far, then the supports have to be on the outer ones. If the supports are baiting close, they have to be the inner. If DPS are baiting far, they have to be on the outer. If DPS are baiting close, they have to be on the inner.
Gotcha.
So technically, these 2 are my markers. Like, yeah, that is the eat down time fuckers mechanic, and there's a lot of it. Let's just get into polls. We're gonna wipe.
No, one shot, one clear.
Wait a minute, this isn't 1A.
These aren't even these aren't the markers we're even going to use for the kill. These are just to help us with early mechanic. They will change later. I just don't have I don't have the special markers where these aren't existing.
Okay, let's see, where's my food? Oh, I gotta eat my scroll first.
Yeah, when we actually go for the clear, there will be no A, B, D, or C. I also think 1 will be gone
Take those away.
because they're going to be on the other platform.
There.
the scroll in the food.
Takes
No,
sense.
wait.
Read the damn chat.
No, yeah.
Read the chat, keep listening to chat.
I'm not for it. Well, I double check, make sure I put shit away, so now you can.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. The first mechanic will be basically pull her to the north wall on pull. She's going to jump to the first wall with wings right at the start.
Thanks, partner.
Yeah, fuck it. Ain't gonna be
Yeah, I didn't think you
This is nothing personal, but I must have your
All
soul.
the way to the north wall.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
Why is my buttons? The keyboard isn't working.
Holy
Okay.
fuck!
Yep, okay.
Well, you
Well,
were missing the
relax.
email because I had already popped it through.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
What? Okay, I'm playing mouse. I'm playing mouse until after this pull. Alright. She's gonna jump north and look at the left side. There's boxes. Don't be in front of them and dodge her lasers. So right here. Right now,
Yeah,
either inner or outer is gonna explode. It is outer, so we're inside in our line spreads that we talked about.
Oh shit!
And
you-
dodge
okay.
that.
Yes, and from the right there will be more squares. And then it would be out,
Gotcha.
and then the people who didn't get blasted with the thing would have to bait either close or
Swap
far.
it.
Give me a second to figure out why my keyboard stopped.
So my interpretation of this boss's appearance I came up with as I was driving back from our thing today. This is the final evolution of horse girls.
Yes. Shall be looking into what could have been. That sigh, I heard it.
Okay. I like that you hit... Okay, my keyboard is in fact working again.
That's good because it's working.
Yeah, apparently. Alright. So it'll either be outside or inside. If it's outside spreads, it's exactly the same border, just all the way on the wall.
Wicked
And
Thunder
depending on
has
who
returned
gets
to the
hit
ring!
the first go round,
Is who will bait the second.
we might have to do some swapping around, basically.
But the first will always be your regular spread positions.
I don't like that took half our health with a lot of my shit.
Yeah, get used to it.
If one needs
That's the
wings,
weakest rate line in
one
this
needs simply make them.
Left side will be where the boxes are that you need to dodge,
Wickedly divine!
as well as her wings. When we do our spreads, you'll also need to dodge boxes on the right side here. Right? So go to your positions and in. No, out, 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 out.
Oh,
Okay?
further out than
So
that.
DPS are baiting. DPS are baiting, and it's purple, so now you have DPS out. Alright, that's the first mechanic. And now it's gonna be in donut, far bait, then out point blank, close bait, in donut, far bait, out point blank, close bait.
Got it.
Yep.
I didn't make it. Oh.
So how this works, how that works is there will be, she's going to cast narrowing or widening, whatever. I don't know the rest of the cast. It's just narrowing or widening. If it's narrowing, then she's starting with donut. We're all in the donut, and then it will always be donut point blank, donut point blank. So in out, in out. If it's widening, it's always out in, out in. Then she also will have a purple or pink, like, diamond glyph show up. If it's pink, it means the baits are the closest two players are baiting. If it's purple, it's the furthest two, and that also always alternates between. It could start purple, and go, but then it would go purple, pink, but it could also start pink and go pink, purple, pink, purple. So there are 4 possible iterations, because it can be widening with purple first, or widening with pink first, and it can be narrowing with purple, narrowing with pink. So there's only 4 possibilities. How we're going to handle that is everyone's going to go to their clocks, and how it's going to work is
Modified clock?
Modified clocks, yes, sorry. Modified clocks. And then melee are going to bait the pinks. Ranged are going to bait the purples, no matter what the donut and other thing are doing. And so it'll be supports first, then DPS. So meaning, if it's pink first, tanks are baiting first, because that's the first close. If it's purple first, healers are baiting first. So it's either going to be healers, tanks, ranged melee, or tanks, healer, melee, ranged. While we also do the dance with the donut stuff. For melee bait, yeah. If we are out and melee are baiting, then whichever melee are up are right on the donut, and everyone else has fucked off. Like they get, it's not max melee, because their max melee is closer than the donut range. So you just lose down to rate. Yeah. So like if you're out, you're already, if you're doing the out part, you're already out of melee range. So just walk further away. It should be, I believe, with these markers, halfway through these markers is the spot where the donut is. Might be slightly off, but just check your marker and see where the edge is. The order of the baits will always be either tank, healer, melee, ranged, or healer, tank, ranged, melee. Depending on if it's purple or pink first. If it's pink first, that's melee first. So tank first. If it's purple first, it's healers first. Yes. Let's just pull again, and if we get to there with everyone alive, just go to your clock positions, and I'm gonna call either healers out, or tanks in. And if it's donut or whatever, and we'll just see the first explosions so people can get an idea of how big it is.
Yeah, this is one we're gonna have to see.
This is gonna be most of our first hour.
I feel like it's one of those ones where it just sounds really complicated, but then like...
And it is. It's not actually that bad, but it is.
Right.
There's so many moving
But
parts.
I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
Much does it matter that
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
I don't remember. So dodge the left blocks and the purple lines. Get to your spread positions, but be ready to run out to the wall. We're in. Dodge the right side squares. Now go out to the wall.
Oh my! The challenger
And
went down hard.
DPS are in. Okay, so this would be pink first, and it's widening. So that means go to your clock
But for
positions,
how long?
outside to dodge the circle, and tanks would be right up against the donut. Everyone else would be like out this far. And then it would be in, and healers would be far, everyone else would be close. Now it would be out, melee's right on the edge, everyone else far. Now it would be in, ranged far, and everyone else in close.
Got it.
That donut.
It's very fast, and then there's a raid wide that I don't think they'll survive.
You're not gonna live. That's okay.
Dragoon res when? Jesus, almost 200k unmitigated. What?
Not unmitigated, I fainted that.
Okay. But still.
that makes it worse. Oh no, sorry, my feint was down, so no, I didn't feint that. But yeah, 200k.
I know what I'm doing tonight. Looking at
This
the
is nothing
fucking
personal,
corner.
but I must
I would
have your
recommend it.
soul.
Wicked
Because
Thunder
second
has
phase
returned to the
AoEs make
ring!
these ones look like pats on the back.
Do not pull early.
I'll be honest, for prog reasons, we really don't have to go north. It's literally, it's just she's gonna jump.
Let's just.
If one needs wings,
Never hurts to practice
one
good
needs
form.
simply make them.
She's great wings. Ha! A wickedly
Look at the left
divine.
cubes, and then the purple lines. Head to spread positions, but be ready to go out to the wall. In, and watch the purple cubes.
Oh, I
Okay,
forgot.
so DPS are baiting in. DPS are baiting close. So, sorry, out to the wall, but DPS close.
Oh, we needed a slot.
And they're done. Is it over already?
Yes.
I get it now.
And then this will be purple first, so outbait first, narrowing, so everyone would be dead center of the, or right in deep on the
Let's do it,
hitbox,
but
except
for
the
how
healers who
long?
would be on their clocks, in the markers. Then you would
See
be
it?
out.
Oh, and then I gotta. Yep.
Honestly, I'm glad it's showing us this one first, because this is the cursed one. The dream is melee bait when we're inside the donut and ranged bait when we're outside the donut, but
Don't always work out like that.
doesn't always go that way.
Motherfucker.
I think there are like 4 mechanics in this one.
Halfway there.
I think technically this is witch hunts, so this is just all
This is
witch
nothing
hunts, so this is
personal,
one.
but I must have your soul.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wicked Thunder
Oh
has
no,
returned to the
that
ring.
was me again. I'm gonna get yelled at.
Really cool.
Like,
Why do you hate this thing so much, Shelby?
Man, I'm throwing an addle on that too.
Yeah, no, I fucked up there. I was late on
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
where is this so fast?
She's great wings. Ha! A
Left it is
wickedly
cubes and
divine.
the lines. Up to your spread positions. Out to the wall. Still in the spread positions though. Alright, DPS are baiting.
Oh.
In.
And they're done. Is it
DPS
over
close.
already?
DPS close. Supports out. Okay. And this
Yeah,
is
How much are you taking there,
Process.
Shelby?
this is
Do you have-
in. This is in close, so tanks would be on their clocks and in right on the hitbox line, and then everyone else would be like where I am on the front side of their marker. Then we would go out right on the hitbox, except the healers would be far. Then in melee
Oh
would go here.
my! The challenger went down hard.
And then outrange.
Yep. And range would run out.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, make sure you're checking where those cubes on the right or east side of the arena are. They still kill me. Only reason I haven't died to them yet tonight is because I am the one calling to look for them. They are the hardest.
I was looking for it, but then I had to turn to go out, and then I.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring.
Those cubes are only on the first in or out bait. The second one will.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings. Ha! A wickedly divine.
Left of the cubes and the lines. Go to your spreads. We are in. Watch the cubes on the east. Right? DPS are baiting close. So out to the wall and DPS are close. Thanks and DPS up this one. Yep. Right, get to your clock positions. It's in donut first with healers baiting. So everyone's close with the healers on their markers. Everyone's very close with the healers on their markers. Then everyone will run far away and tanks will stay right on the outside of their markers. Then we'll go back in with ranged on their markers, everyone else super close.
Oh my! The
Then we'll go
challenger
out
went
with
down
melee
hard.
on their markers and everyone else far. That's the mechanic.
Hey!
Now a raid wide.
That's not bad.
Next is raid wide, and
They're
get to
back on their
cardinals.
feet.
Do not be
What
on
three?
intercards. You don't have to be far. You can literally just all stack south. It doesn't matter. Or second.
There is no.
It's just she's going to shoot lasers at things, and they're all intercards. So these will get hit a number of times. We have to look for the ones that only get hit once. 2 of them will get hit once.
She's gathering ether, but to what
It's
end?
northeast, southwest. So 1 and 3, and now she's going to cleave half the arena. We're going to do our... so 3, and we're doing our spread positions we talked about, looking in at the boss from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're down. Is it over already?
And then a tank.
Oh, it's spooky.
No, no, no!
Oh,
Both of them! Ah!
rude! Rude!
You can't kill me. Not if I keep kiting.
Oh! That was good though! We did the in-out.
Yeah, we had some hats, but... So... This mechanic, we'll talk about this after we've solved the other 2. This one's a lot.
Can we put those
Well, that makes sense.
around the mine markers down again?
Yes, we can do those again.
I think now everybody has seen it, or kind of
Yes,
seen
so
it.
in that
so let's
case-
refresh that.
So in that case, we were at... Our options were 1 or 3, and then she cleaved the east side, so we had to go to where 3 was. And then we spread in that quadrant, looking in towards the boss.
Boss relative.
Yes, boss. That mechanic, that one that at the end there, that's the body check. We need everyone alive for that mechanic.
Be here, or should it be this around here?
You can be that. It's usually tanks front and back, and then it's essentially like the spread from M3,
Then
but
I'm gonna say the bunny goes back.
the problem
I mean,
is
Ace Ben, you're
Whatever. Okay, so whatever the pace. Okay, whatever is gonna be the standard, so that if we ever
This.
have to have a fill,
this is the
we
same.
don't want. I don't want to hear them crying about
Tank front and back. Tank front and back. Because if you're safety gaming, the back tank will lose uptime. We can, once we're more comfortable, you don't need to, but when you're safety gaming, tank's gonna lose uptime, so you don't want to DPS there. Yeah, so these are our spreads, but it's looking in, so like 1 is where the boss is, and it would be rotated around, so like if we were over here, just come mock your spreads
over here.
from this side.
And so we
Yeah.
were like, I went here.
I went here.
So Maze, you'd still
well, you're okay. I see what you're
around.
I see what
Say
you're
1
saying.
is the boss. 1 is the boss still.
Yeah.
Well, Shelby would move over a little bit if that's.
Well,
what they're-
I mean, if we're doing it in a single square, you'd be much closer. But yeah,
That'd be good.
essentially, you guys have got it. Yeah, that's how it rotates.
We were in the right spot, Shelby and I.
Yep.
We were.
So we get there again, and it will always be technically. So you can just look at 2 markers, like one east and 1 west marker, to figure it out, because it'll never. So like if I'm gonna put these back, I'll call it out for now. But like if 1 is safe and 4 isn't safe, you know 3 is safe, because it will never be 1 and 2. Because then her cleaving east-west wouldn't leave it with a single 1. So it's always either like 2 next to each other, 4 and 1, 3 and 2, or diagonal from each other. Meaning you can just look at 1 and 4 and figure it out from there. But I'll also just call it out. But yeah, let's do the dance. The dance is the most important part. If we can consistently do that dance, we can prog this fight. But that fucking dance is just... It is the thing that will keep you, like, every group from progging, because they just keep having
This
to
is
fucking
nothing
deal with that.
personal,
Did it
but I
again.
must have your soul.
Absolutely not. Not only did I kill the bee twice this week, and I'm gonna kill her a third time.
Just know that I know.
On
I
my
know
third
I'm the
character,
problem.
I actually killed her twice on my main. So I've killed her 3 times already. I'm gonna kill her 4.
It's
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings.
feel early when I'm doing it.
Left cubes or west cubes and lines. Go to your spreads. And we are in. Watch the cubes on the east. All right. Melee are DPS are baiting. DPS far. DPS far. So healers, you have to swap with them.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
So this is in, donut in first, and healers. I didn't see. Oh, tanks bait first. I'm sorry.
What crit?
I didn't see what the first one was. And out healers bait, in and melee bait, out and ranged bait. So a good way to remember that is that you will always bait in the same way. So if I say in and healers bait, healers, you know that you are in but far. If I say out and healers bait, you're out and far. You're always far. Melee are always close.
Which is nice. That it doesn't switch up like
I was
Range
proud.
bait
That's a
with
mechanic.
purple.
That's a strat I came up with and turned out to be the PF strat.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Although my group didn't want to do it that way. Until
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
Thank you for this apology form. I will finish it. I will fill it out later.
Oh, wickedly divine!
Watch the west squares and dodge the lines. Then spread. Out to the wall and dodge the east cubes. DPS are baiting. DPS are in, or DPS are far. DPS are far. Sorry, support are in.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
This is healers first in donut. Healers first in donut, and then out tank speed. So everyone's close to the boss except healers. You are both dead, I'm now realizing. And then it would be out with the tanks
And they're
close.
done! Is it over already?
Then in with the healer with the ranged far.
Okay. Is the purple pink? Is it always purple pink or pink purple pink purple?
Yes.
Okay. There's no like weird things that could happen there.
Yes. The pink purple always alternates, and so does the donut point blank.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
So the but it's also, it doesn't matter what the previous one from like when we do
Yeah,
DPS in or out. That's its own thing. That has no effect on the after one.
Not casting.
So remember,
is
every
nothing
single time,
personal,
either
but
the
I
tanks will
must
swap
have
with the
your soul.
ranged or the healers will swap with the melee.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the
There will
ring!
never be a situation where people don't swap. If it would be easier, I can just call who is swapping.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! Oh, wickedly divine!
Cubes. Head to your spread spots. Mind the east cubes. We will be in. Mind the east cubes. Okay. Support our baiting.
Oh my! The challenger
Far.
went down
Support
hard.
far. Alright. Now we go to our modified clocks. It's out first and It is healer's bait first. So out and healer's far. Everyone else on the backs of their markers. Then we'll be in tanks close. Everyone else on markers. Then out ranged far. Everyone else. And then melee to the thing.
I see it.
I'll let you take first results a second.
And just so you understand, the reason we don't technically have to do modified clocks. I've proven multiple times you don't need it. It just makes it safer for the melee when we go in. There's less chance of us clipping people. But if we're on 3 and 2 and we go close, the person at C or each other are probably gonna die.
This is nothing
So that is the reason
personal,
for
but I
modified
must
clocks.
have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
Moinor.
Even this is fine, because this, like, she won't
You
leave
know,
melee
it's just
range.
so much easier.
I left with the M grid on because I have to turn it on and off.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
I would
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly divine!
Watch the left cubes. Right, spread positions. Watch the east cubes. Out to the wall. Watch the east cubes. DPS are baiting. DPS are far. DPS are far. Supports are close. Still be in your spread positions.
And they're
though.
done! Is it over already?
In donut and healers are baiting. In healers first bait. So everyone in the hitbox except healers.
They're back on their feet!
Everyone in the hitbox except healers. Then out tanks close to the donut. In ranged are far.
Yep.
Out melee are close to the
Oh
donut.
my! The challenger went down hard!
Grade wide. Let's see if we can recover.
They're still in it! But for how long?
162.
Just keep going, because you can, like,
There
really
is no
start to see
limit
this. Just
to
don't be on
electric
intercards, be on
potential.
cardinals. Look for the ones that get hit a single time.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
Right, it is 3 and 2. 3 and 2, so the south sides. It's 3 and buddies. 3 and buddies.
Oh,
And then tank buster.
I
So
live.
this is the tank buster. It's a line nuke, and it's 2 hits.
Ah!
I don't know how tanks handle it, so I don't know if it's a invuln or if it's a. Doesn't look like it puts a dot, so it's probably just
No, it
invuln.
could be invuln.
Okay. I can't think of anything else tanks are invulning in this fight.
How's
This would be we go to our clock positions and we're all gonna get lasered a bunch.
I'm guessing the people with 2 that get hit twice are gonna want to go to a corner, and everyone else wants to be inside for that on a single square.
Wrong. It's anyone who gets 3 goes to a corner. Everyone who gets 2 goes to a weird side wing
Okay,
thing.
they get okay.
But then also the people who get 1 have to do the 2s, and the people who get hit twice have to do 3 spots because they're going to get hit during the transition stuff. It's a lot.
Oh, okay.
We will handle that
Yeah,
mechanic
really?
when we get there.
Yeah, I didn't get that far, like fully watching it, but I, kind of figured that's something that you would have to do. But
That is the second to last phase 1 mechanic.
So line spread things, like you just stay in those. If it's like in and then out, you are out into your line spread, or vice versa.
Yep,
If you
it's-
have to do that twice. Don't collapse. You
Always
might
do
have
line
to swap,
spreads
but don't-
twice, but you have
yeah.
to. You might have to swap.
Yeah. That's why I saw what was happening. Like,
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked
It's
Thunder
not
has
personal,
returned to the
guys.
ring!
She swears.
I didn't get it.
No, I'm just saying that Wicked Thunder says it's not personal, but she has to have her souls.
Oh.
I believe her.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly
Watch
divine!
the left cubes. Alright. We are in spread. Watch the east cubes. Supports are baiting. Far. Supports are far. DPS are close. Okay, clock.
Hey!
Modified clocks. It's going to be out and close bait. So tanks bait first. We are out. Just get to the positions now. Everyone should be far except for the tanks who are right on the donut. Then we will move in. Healers will stay on their markers. Everyone else to the hitbox. Then we go out. Melee stay close to the
And they're
donut.
done! Is it over already?
Now we go in. Everyone close to the donut except ranged.
Can I get hit because
You were too far. You were too far.
You were too far out.
You need to be like in the hitbox when you are when it's in.
This is it's too many fucking words. I cannot.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
There is no limit to Electrope's potential.
On the Cardinals, watch which ones get hit one time.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
4 and 2. 4 and 2. It's 2 and buddies. 2 and buddies.
They're back on their feet! What grid?
Okay. Everyone go to Tank Buster. Take it north. Yeah. And I have a response on the info. Somebody let me know what to do with this thing. Hey, everyone to clocks. Go to your clocks. Everyone go to your regular clock positions.
How's this?
You either have a short or long debuff, and you need to count how many times you laser. For now, all I want is, if you have a short debuff, just hang out center. All long debuffs come to this single square over here where I'm jumping. This is where long debuffs will always go. That will be the new norm. There will always be one single square safe in the center on one of the sides. That is the new norm. We'll talk more about that in a moment as we see it.
If you're gonna invuln that first tank buster, then I will not full hate.
Yes, so somebody posted in my chat just to say tanks have to be careful when invulning. They can invuln it, but they need to invuln later because they'll invuln the first hit, the second hit, and then they'll have a vuln for a bit, and her next auto will hit for about 1 million damage. So yeah, essentially that. Yeah, if you're gonna invuln, you need to hit it so that it times for both hits and the auto after.
Poor warriors.
Never say poor warriors. They
Oh,
don't
no,
need it.
that's-
They don't need your sympathy. They've got
That's-
healing.
No, I know. It's just they have a kind of short length of their
No, they're all every invuln is 10 seconds because warriors aren't allowed to have any failure points in their defensives.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess
Everybody's
it
10
just feels shorter.
seconds.
Yeah, they've changed it. Here. Do you still need to have a target, which is dumb.
Nah, just have to not
Or
have
macro,
your target out of range. You can use it without a target.
Yeah, because you can macro it to use it on yourself.
This is not nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha!
Alright.
A wickedly
Watch
divine!
the left cubes. Alright, spreads, and then east cubes. In, watch out for the east cubes. Supports are baiting. On the wall, supports close, DPS out. Supports close, DPS far.
Oh my!
I think it was the other way around.
hard.
No, that was. I just.
Supports
I
far.
stood. I got blasted. Supports needed to be close. It's in close bait first. Sorry. Thanks. Now it's out in healer's bait. In melee bait.
And they're down! Is it over already?
Out ranged bait.
Why did I go that far?
Wait for him to stick. Kill them.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah.
Anyway.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings!
Watch the
Ha!
left cubes,
A
dodge
wickedly
the left.
divine!
Spreads, watch the east cubes. We're out, and east cubes, watch out for them. DPS are baiting.
Oh my!
DPS
The challenger went down
out.
hard.
DPS far, supports close.
And they're down! Is it over already?
Right. It's going to be in healer's bait. In the donut, healer's bait first. Everyone's in the hitbox except the healers. And it will be
They're
out
back on their
tank's
feet.
bait.
What great?
Out tank's bait. In ranged baits. Out melee bait.
You getting me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was not enough. Oh my god, I need to climb my shit better.
On
They're
Cardinals,
still in it! But for how long?
watch for the
There
one that
is
gets
no
hit one
limit
time.
to Electrope's potential.
She's gathering Eva, but to what end?
1 or 3. Spread at 1. Spread at 1. Tank Buster. That timing's not bad. Then we would go to clocks and look at how many times we get lasered, and if we have a short or long.
How's this?
I think it was a mix of us, no one being really topped off because I died. I had
Then look for
nothing.
the single solo one, and longs go to that spot.
Oh.
can be further away. Because I did take 300,000.
I can be further. Yeah, we took 3 million.
Spread's pretty big. I mean, the circles are pretty big.
How hard is in out in hit? You know, Tail?
Not hitting very hard.
It's right here. This is the line.
No, he's
No,
I'm
I'm just saying how much damage it does.
But not very good.
But also,
I'm not gonna admit that then, because I do throw some things on it, obviously, because I'm still learning the.
It should be
fight, but I'm
survivable.
not gonna admit it.
Yeah, it should be survivable.
That's basically what I want to know, because if I were to keep it there, I have nothing for Wrath of Zeus after, which is where I died.
The only person I'd say is probably throw a shield on the healers and Tor. Everyone else should be able to survive it.
And you should only get hit once.
Yeah,
so
you're only
it's
hit
not-
once.
If we do it right. Like,
Remember, when it is a far person baiting on the donut, everyone else needs to be in the hitbox because their explosion is pretty big.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your
I'm
soul.
gonna throw less mid on this opening.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
We can just do yes, Sarah, do you want to just feint Wrath of Zeus? I will save my feint for myself.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely get away with it. Careful there. Okay, that opens up a lot.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
Mitigate. The stack.
His
It doesn't do
great
enough to
wings!
get
Ha! A wickedly divine!
Dodge the squares and the lines. Head to spreads. Watch the east cubes. We're going out the wall. Out to the wall, watch the east cubes. DPS are baiting. DPS far, supports close. DPS far, supports close. Go to modified clock spots. It will be out. We will be out, and tanks will bait first. Everyone is outside. Tanks are on the outside of the donut. Then it will be in and healers baits. Meaning everyone will go into the hitbox except healers. And it will be out and melee bait,
And they're done! Is it over already?
and in and ranged bait.
Supposed to be in, but out. I still got
No, you're supposed to be in because it's the healers after you bait. You baited first.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
So where are you standing? I can make sure to stand at the most edge because you are taking my bait. Just because I'm like right here, I can stand right here. I think as the edge.
It shouldn't be an issue. Like when we are going in and healers are baiting, everyone needs to be in the hitbox. So like you being like right on the edge versus here should not make any difference. Because the problem is, if someone is standing far enough out, like that might solve the issue when it's healers first, but if it's ranged first, or sorry, if it's when it's ranged time, if they're far enough out that this would matter, they'll die to the ranged. So it's always, it just has to be done. Like, is the image? Yeah. The out or in, when I say out or in, I'm referring to whether it is donut or point blank. So donut is in, point blank is out. And then when I'm saying who is baiting first, I'm referring to who needs to be in their bait position. The bait positions are always, the bait positions are always static, meaning melees and tanks always bait by being the closest two players. Ranged and healers always bait by being the farthest two players. But you could have the farthest players baiting while we are out or while we are in the donut. That is the complicated one, and that's the one where everyone has to be in the hitbox except for the two people who are baiting.
Tanks will always be baiting either first or second.
And then if you aren't baiting, you're hiding. And you're hiding by either being outside the hitbox and close, outside the hitbox and far, inside the hitbox and close.
Yeah, that's where it gets
inside the hitbox and
complicated, is
far.
there's just like a few.
So going by Shelby's pictures there, if I'm understanding widening, which hunt is whoever is out is the one baiting, correct?
No, widening
so that's
is you
just-
start outside of the circle point blank AoE. Narrowing is you're in a donut first. The pink and purple are what dictate who is baiting.
The widening or narrowing is just the cast that determines if he's doing out, in, or in, out, out. I know.
There's two things going on currently. You have a donut and a circle. Then you have whoever's taking the first bait. No. What determines what? And I'm just trying to figure out, like,
Yeah.
donuts versus circles first.
So,
What's
for-
determining that?
For example, and Tail, correct me if I say anything stupid, but if it were widening, which means that we need to be out first, and it were pink first, meaning that tanks have to be first, that means that everybody gets really far out, and the tanks are closest.
Closest,
If it
but
were
also
widening-
still out. Yes.
One person,
Yes,
one
closest but still out. If it were widening, which means again, we all have to get out first, and it were purple, meaning that healers are baiting first, that means everybody gets out, but healers need to go further away
And
to do the bait.
And everyone else
And
stays.
everybody else kind of on their marker.
So purple markers are always the furthest person away from the boss of the given
Correct.
ring or circle is the one being targeted by the explosions.
Correct.
When it's
Yes.
pink, it's whoever's closest at the time. But
Correct.
it's always going to be tank or melee in those situations.
Yes. So
That-
the other two options really are if it's narrowing, which means it's that donut and we all have to be in. And if it was in first and healers baiting first in purple, right? So that means that's when everybody's in the hitbox and the healers are standing on their marker. If it were narrowing, meaning we all have to be in, but it was pink first, that would mean
Everyone is
everybody
would be
on
out
the marker
markers except for the tank.
except the tanks.
Would be inside the hitbox.
Correct.
the spacing for that. You don't want to go in the hitbox for that. You just want to be on the hitbox for that bait, because otherwise you'll clip
Well,
the
the
person.
circles,
Yeah.
you have the tanks closed off each other. Well, whoever's stacking inside.
And then we're just going, like, the widening or the narrowing just means, like, as a party, we're going in, out, in, out. And then the order of the pink-purple determines the bait order. So you, as a ranged, are always baiting either third or fourth.
And I would always be farthest from the given
Correct.
thing off the circle or the donut.
Right.
That is what the strategy we are doing. Technically, anyone can bait at any time, but we're doing it this way so that melee and tanks only have to remember if they're baiting, they're close. And ranged and healers,
So-
if you're baiting, you're out.
So, like, for you, Azren, if it were widening and purple first, okay? So we'd all go out. You'd be on your marker out, because you're not baiting first, right? That's healers. And then we all come in. The tanks would bait. You would be still on your marker, but in. And then we'd go out again. That time it would be your bait. You'd need to go furthest. And then you'd come back into your marker and let the melee bait.
It would be a circle around the box.
Right.
Do not feel like this is one of those mechanics. Do not feel bad if you are struggling to get it. It is a personal requirement mechanic that has two variables that you have to track, but it's just important to remember that both variables will always alternate between the two possibilities. So If it's
I
wide,
mean, honestly, the call out for that should just be whatever the first thing is, and then people need to figure it out from there. Because, again, from my perspective as a tank, I've already solved it as if I'm pink donut or pink circle, and whenever that happens, and I do not give a shit about anything else happening. Because otherwise, it's like all of my other movements are exactly the same. It just depends on where they happen, when they happen.
that is fine. I can either call just the first thing, or I can cut down the calls and have it literally just. The other option is if people want to still have the 4 steps, I can just do like
The problem is when it becomes a bunch of words in sequence, it just goes. I go blank because I have to tune it out because then I can't. It's got to be like 2 calls and that's
Yeah,
it.
can we call like out healers baiting? in
what I was gonna say was I'll just go out healers in melee or in tanks, outranged in melee, or whatever the order is. That will be the call.
Beautiful.
But keep in mind in that call, the out and in is donut or point blank, not the distance you need to be for your bait. The distance you need to be for your bait is just just making sure. I just want to make sure that whoever needs the call has the call, and whoever doesn't need the call, feel free to ignore it. But that is just all. This is a wall. This mechanic took time, and still fuck it up constantly.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
Cubes on the west. Watch the lines. 8 spots. Watch the cubes on the east. Out. Support our baiting.
Oh my! The
Support
challenger went down hard.
support close DPS farm.
And they're down! Is it over already?
Alright, this is out and tanks. Out, tanks bait.
They're still in it! But for how long?
In healer's bait. Out, melee bait. In ranged bait. You want me to swipe it?
Yeah.
So, just as a reminder, that line nonsense, if you have to go out, you are losing uptime. You just have to take that.
You
But
basically...
also when you come back in, it's not clock positions because that's what
Yes.
kills people.
Yeah,
Also-
people keep doing clock positions to stay at max melee. You cannot get away
Yeah.
with that.
Also, if you are dodging there is if the cubes on the east are the northern version of it, you just might have to lose melee uptime even when you're close to the boss. So just get used to it. There is no greed in this fight. There is no such thing as uptime. You honestly should get used to using your ranged attacks, because there will be a few times in the fight when you need to.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly divine!
Cubes on the left. Close. Spread positions. Spread positions. Watch the cubes on the east. Outside. Watch the cubes. Supports are baiting. Supports bait far. Supports far. DPS close. Get to modified clock positions. It is out and healer's bait. Out healer's bait. Then it will be in tank's bait after. In tank's bait. Out ranged bait. Out ranged bait.
The challenger went down
In melee
hard.
bait. In melee bait.
So I'm guessing
Well, I was
because
wrong.
somebody jetted in.
Yep, me. Me.
Then raid wide, where we all died. Come off and do
And they're down! Is it over
It's-
already?
I know 4 people died, so this is gonna sound facetious,
There
but
is
that
no
was a lot
limit
cleaner.
to Electro's potential.
Most everyone moved properly, the exception of the tactical,
Me.
the
Right?
the
And I
ICBM
knew-
Lalafell.
And you
He's
said
gathering
in
Eva,
tank
but
space.
to
I
what
was like,
end?
run all the way in. I don't like
I'm a
but that's-
tank. I'll do it.
I got this. Like, I knew what that meant. I did. Like
Would it be better for me to say?
no.
Okay.
I'm good with it. I just literally was just that was literally just a dumb. Like
Just remember, if it's healers out, when we're out, everyone be on your marker. I had to run from my all the way to the corner because the DPS was.
Just be on the back if you're back or front of the marker if you are on the marker.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
Alright. Watch the
His
left
great
cubes
wings!
and the
Ha!
lines.
Are wickedly divine!
Spread positions. Watch out for the east cubes. And in. Watch the cubes and in. DPS are baiting. Out to the wall. DPS close. Support far.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
In tanks baiting. In tanks baiting. So everyone's on their marker. Except the tanks.
They're still in it! But for how
And it
long?
will be out.
Too close, you Sarah.
Out healer's bait. In melee bait. Out ranged bait.
And they're down! Is it over already?
You got this, Shelby. All that mid.
Alright, let's jump.
oh my god.
How much was it with wings?
There is no
Still
limit to
141.
Electro's potential.
Can I use the wing shield?
Oh dear! The challenger has fallen out of the ring.
Yeah, we had.
He's gathering Eva, but to what end?
I love how this
would've
fight
been
just
northwest,
revs up
southeast.
the heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking when I said that the third fight wasn't too bad on healing. You were like, oh, that makes me sad. All I could think was, but don't worry.
Nope, this fight, I love it. It actually makes me feel like, what the fuck? Kind of like the end of 3, but
Also, it's totally wrong.
This is nothing
I just had
personal,
really good
but I
memories that
must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
cubes on the west.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings are wickedly divine.
Alright, spread positions. Watch the east cubes. In and spread position. DPS are baiting out to the wall. DPS far, support close. Clock positions. Modified clocks. In tanks bait. In and tanks are baiting first. And it will be out healer's bait. Out healer's bait. In melee bait. Out ranged bait. I'm gonna take this ranged bait.
Is it over already?
Never mind, I got it. Probably not a great choice.
No, but I was already out there when you said I was gonna get
They're
it.
still in it, but for
Mitigate.
how long?
See if we can survive this. Go to Cardinals.
I have been friends.
There is no limit to Electrope's potential.
Alright. Watch the Qs. Find the two that get hit a single time. Oh.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
2 and 4. 2 and 4. We are on 2 in buddies. 2 buddies. Okay. Now go to your clock positions. This is, oh, sorry, Tank Buster first. Tank Buster first. This will be clock positions. You will get a long or a short debuff, 40 seconds or 20 seconds, around there. Figure out if you are
How's
long
this?
or short and how many lasers you got hit by. Find the solo thing, and longs go to the solo spot. And I will explain. We'll explain this mechanic now. All right.
Oh my! The challenger went down.
This will basically how this will work is we'll.
3 explodes more bigger area.
So the most important thing to remember is you are exploding a large, like you just said, larger area based on how many times you get hit. How it works is it is not this grid. It is a 5x5 blue grid she lays down on the arena. You explode the spot under your feet if you are a 1. If you're a 2, it's the spot under your feet and 1 out, as in like a 2 radius. So the one you're standing on and 1 around you. If you're hit 3 times, you do the 1 under your feet and 2 away from you. So we need to position so that the longs don't get hit and nobody overlaps their hits. It's really not bad. Do you have a picture, Shelby, for this? For what he did, because it should be the right strategy. I can also pull it up, but I figure if you have it, you
I've
just
got,
post
it says depending on how
Yep.
many times.
So that is the layout. So we all look at the single middle spot. That is the new north. And then DPS will go east of New North, or right of New North, whatever you want to call it. And support will go west of New North. The 2s will go to that, like, wing area. And the 3s will go to those segmented corners. And that will resolve the mechanic. We will then do an east or west spread or stack. And that spread or stack adds 1 to the long people's debuffs. So long people, you'll only ever get hit once or twice, not 3 times, ever. But when you get hit during the middle part of the mechanic, it's adding 1 to you, so you end up with 2 and 3. So then
Easiest mechanic, I understand.
yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean,
one's
I
easy.
called it.
Got
I
it. This
called
one's
what
easy.
it does after I saw when
Yeah.
I got hit 3 times. First time I actually was alive for that, and like,
Yep.
ah.
The cleave, are we doing it like no, when he does the cleave, it's like spread spots like M3.
yeah. So it's gonna be we resolve the like explodey shit with the longs in the one spot, and then everyone explodes. Then we are all gonna do we're gonna do the cleave thing without worrying about our debuffs. Then the people who had the long debuffs are then gonna resolve their thing while the shorts hide in that solo spot. How we do the cleave spread is fuck, I'm just gonna pull up the fucking pictures because I don't want to deal with the trying to explain it, because I'll mix something up because there's a million different ways. Yeah.
Oh,
That-
that's the fucking PA.
Wait.
Explosions almost.
Is this the?
Looks the same. Just
Well,
like
that's the. Yeah, it's the M3.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're doing whatever the current PF one is, because literally it changes every day.
The one
And-
Technically, this is
but it's from
reversed.
Shabba's.
From E3 or
Bacon.
M3.
Did they change it again? Okay, so yeah, they changed it fucking again. Okay, why are they changing it every fucking day? Jesus. Okay. So it's melee 1 in the boss's hitbox for spread, melee 2 on the side, main tank on her face, off tank on her butt, and then ranged and healers, you figure your shit out. I don't know you guys.
M3.
So is that
Rude
looking like
for us.
supports, and the supports are stacking on support for the share?
No, the share is complicated. How the share works is, I'm just gonna find it. This is the share. So the supports 3, the supports who are hit 3 times, which means the short 3 and the long 2, because you're gonna be hit a 3rd time, goes in front of the boss. The supports who were hit twice, which is the short 2 and the long 1, who's going to be hit a 2nd time, go on the ass. The DPS 2s go in the hitbox, and the DPS 3s go out of the hitbox. Basically, what you want to do for this to figure out your spot, if you are a short, it's just the number of times you were hit. If you're a long debuff, add 1 to the number of times you were hit.
Just tell me, okay, what are the options and where I might go for the pairs?
For support, face or ass.
Dial.
So I could end up like in that picture where the tanks are or where the healers are,
Correct.
based
Supports
on
are
if
face or
I
ass.
The
have,
icons are short.
based on if I was short with 2 or long with 2, or long with 2, basically.
Short
right?
with 3, short 3 or long
No,
2
yeah,
will be
but-
on face.
Right, and then the short 2, is it the same for the DPS? They're looking at, yeah, that second picture is better. Then let me delete mine. Mine's, Hector's is not good.
Tails image is better, but I would
Yeah.
say it's still bad because it's like it shouldn't be showing
They
people.
should be
it
half and half icons. They really should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should be showing debuffs, like the debuff icons, not, tank or healer or whatever.
Or it should be like a support icon where it's like the top half is tank, the bottom half is healer. But then people
The
would probably think
warrior.
that means paladin.
Yeah, so it is just support. So you just have to remember this: DPS 2's under the boss, DPS 3's away from the boss, support 3's face, support 2's ass.
Does
Yeah,
it matter
basically,
how
are you a 3 or
far-
a 2 when you explode? And that's what's.
Yeah, and it's when you
how
explode.
big are the explosions? Are they the same as like Electro 1, or like how far do we have to be so we don't?
Yes,
hit
they're
the,
the same as the
melee, or,
Electro
like, the
1.
people- okay.
You should be max melee.
Okay.
Everyone can be. This is uptime. This strat is an uptime strat. So everyone max melee is far enough for everyone.
One more question.
Yes.
Because it could have been spread or pairs, and the pairs is the one that gets a little complicated. But the spread is just like that's just like some pretty
It's
static.
the
spots, right?
picture that May's posted.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
your
but I'm
picture.
saying like that, like I'm never gonna need to be in a different place based
No,
on my debuff for that,
That-
right?
that
like,
one-
It's just, that's
And
easy mode.
here's where technically the group we ran with Shaba, we figured something out. Pairs doesn't hit hard enough to kill you if we use some extra min. We could just always spread if we wanted to, if we planned to min like that.
Healer mechanic, I like it.
Oh my god.
That's
Well,
a meme mechanic, really, because White Mage doesn't have that much mit.
Right.
Uh,
Let's
I
roll
think
it.
we
I
should
mean-
learn to do it normally, but that is an option if we just feel like it later. Like we can literally just
No.
say, "Fuck this."
You say
spread.
that, but as a year of tank mains where people have used my invuln as an excuse not to learn mechanics.
You know what? I'm fine with doing the. I'm fine with doing this all stack and
I'm just
mid.
kidding. Learn how to do it right.
If you're interested, if you're interested in doing it when we have more gear, it'll be a joke. Like we'll be able to absolutely just always spread when we have.
Not
more
right
gear.
now. Not at this exact
It
moment.
feels
when-
like a re-clear, 5, 6 weeks.
I
Yeah.
could also look through the
Disrespect.
Discord and see what, because Shaba put a list somewhere of what mint they use to make it work every time, but I don't think it's necessary. If we can get past that mechanic, we are literally, there's one mechanic left in phase 1.
This is nothing personal,
So we
but
cleared
I
it, I got
must
it.
have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly
Watch
divine!
the west cubes. Spread spots. Watch the east cubes. We are in. Supports are baiting. Get to the wall. Supports far. DPS close. Supports far. DPS close. Modified clocks. We are out. Healers are baiting first. Out healers. Second will be in tanks. In tanks.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
Out ranged. I will take this ranged spot.
Oh, god damn it.
In melee. Yeah, Amet, never, ever, ever adjust to that because we need.
No, it's
We
I.
really
I
need to.
no, it wasn't the me trying to adjust. It's me
Oh, okay.
not.
Okay, yeah. If that was a
Why'd you go down there?
Oh dear, the challenger
It's just me
has fallen
being
out.
dumb and forgetting not
You
to
should
go
go
out
look.
too far with the dash.
Good.
if you fucked up, that's fine. I just thought you were trying to save the pull. By
No,
killing
God,
yourself.
no, God, no.
Why,
God,
why
no.
would he do?
I
a thing
mean,
like
first-
that?
in my defense, Amet, that would have you literally did just do that like 2 pulls ago. So like, it could have
True,
been.
that one was on purpose. This other one was
You
not.
say
This one
ranged,
was I
and
fucked
he's
up.
like me.
I
Yeah,
will
it's just
always.
like how you say tank and Shelby's like me.
Me.
I will always try to sack myself if we have a death, just because
This is
I
nothing
don't.
I
personal,
mean,
but
and I know
must
out
have
of-
your
I
soul.
know
Out
what
of-
we are
out-
missing.
Wicked
Out of
Thunder
the
has
two
returned to the
there,
ring!
like I kind of need to be alive for the mid.
And also, because you're, I can't res you, you can res me. It's getting cleaner though. That is getting cleaner.
Moon res what?
If one needs wings, one needs
If-
simply make them.
Thing is, Dragoon res wouldn't matter because
His
we'd be
great
the one who was
wings!
dead.
Ha! Are wickedly divine!
Watch the left cubes.
Expansion of the It's the back is safe.
Freds. Watch the east cubes. In. East cubes dodge. DPS are baiting. Out to the wall. DPS far. Supports close. Modified clocks. We are out. Healers are far. This is the beautiful pattern. out healer's bait. Second will be in tank's bait.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna hit any buttons.
In tanks. Outranged. In melee.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
Good job. Raid wide.
They're still in it, but for how long?
Head to Cardinals to dodge the lasers.
There is no limit to Electrope's potential.
Find the cubes that get hit once.
She's gathering ether, but to what end?
South ones 2 and 3. It's 2 and spread. 2 and spread. Good job. Tank buster. Lock positions.
No, don't need to. My easiest tank buster in the game.
Tank, clock positions. Check your debuff now if it's long or short, and then count your hits. Longs go to the safe spot. Threes are in the corners. Okay.
And they're done! Is it
East
over already?
and stack. East stack with your buddy.
No. Okay.
And now shorts go to the safe spot.
I'm gonna kill you all.
Yeah, we're gonna
Assuming it
like, but still, this is the furthest we've made it.
I didn't have that image bigger. I couldn't read the text on it.
Yeah, I did not have that image with the spot.
All I knew was
Essentially,
I was-
just remember, if you have if you are a 3, you are the more number, the further from the hiding people you are. So if you've got 3, go to the corner because that's the furthest you can be from the hiding people. If you got 2, you're on the closer spot.
Okay, so when you said putties, right? That's the sideways spark pair stack,
Yes,
right?
but that would have been
Okay, got it.
DPS. The 3s would have been out on the side for DPS. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was a short 2, so I would have been inside the hit.
Yes, you would have been in hitbox. I was a short 3, so I would have been outside the hitbox. Yes. All right. Yeah, that's the thing we need to figure out. The other part's kind of easy. Small number closer to the people who are hiding. Big number far from the people who are hiding.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly
Watch the
divine!
cubes on the west. Dodge lines. Red spots. Watch the east cubes. We are out to the wall. Watch the east cubes. DPS are baiting. DPS close, supports far. DPS close, supports far.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
Alright, it's gonna be in healers first.
They're back on
In
their
healers
feet.
first, then
Hungry.
out tanks. In healers first. Out tanks. In ranged. Out melee.
And they're done! Is it over already?
I'm not a melee.
You are correct. You are a healer. And then right.
That was the cursed one.
Yeah, that's the one where the melee the
Oh
melee
dear,
tanks
the
have to
challenger's
bait
fallen
while
out
we're
of the
outside is stupid and bad.
And then everybody has to get in the hitbox and range people are baiting.
I like when I was learning this fight, anytime we got that combo, I straight up stopped pressing my buttons because I was just like, I just have to focus on the move because it's fucking dog shit. Fortunately, the DPS check for this fight is lower than
This is nothing
M3, so
personal, but I must have your soul.
we're not
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
there's no uptime.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly divine!
Cubes and the lines. Red spots. Watch the east cubes. We are out. DPS are baiting.
And they're done! Is it over already?
DPS far, supports close.
Oh my! The challenger went down
It is
hard.
in and healer's bait. It's a cursed pattern. In and healer's bait.
They're back on their feet! What grit?
Then it will be out and tanks bait.
They're still
In
it,
and
but for how
ranged
long?
baits. Out and melee bait.
Yeah, there's one more. Yep.
Nice to see
It was already going.
the line bringing out by Sexty.
Oh dear, the challenger has fallen out of the ring.
Nice to actually see that. All I can actually just watch one death.
Oh, neat.
Oh yeah, food would be nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't know when it ran out, but it was out.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly divine!
Cubes, dodge the lines. Red spots. We are dodging the east cubes out to the wall. Dodge the east cubes out to the wall. Supports bait. Supports bait. In. Supports in. This is in and healer's bait. It's cursed pattern.
Everybody
Everyone-
but healers in the hitbox.
Yep. In healers, the next will be out and tanks. Out and tanks. In and ranged. Out and melee.
Oh my.
And they're done!
Alright.
Is it over already?
You even have a movement tool.
I know, and
They
I just
gave you one. So frustrating.
They're still in it! But for
It's
how
shit.
long?
I totally get it.
no limit to
Alright,
Electro's
Cardinals.
potential.
Like,
Cardinals.
Watch the cubes.
It is gathering ether, but to what end?
South 2 and 3 are 2 or 3 are the safe one. It is 2 and buddies. 2 and buddies. Tank Buster. Try and take it at 1. Just because we can be in any square, let's just always have a Tank Buster at 1 for this. Or A, sorry, north. You know what I mean. Alright, get your clocks. This is regular clock spots. Check your debuff length,
How's
long or
this?
short. Count your blasts. Alright, longs find the solo spot. Shorts go to your spots. Alright,
wait, I needed to be one.
Oh my!
we are
The challenger went
east
down
and
hard.
spread.
Oh, I'm not in my spot. Okay.
Alright. Shorts go find the solo spot. Longs +1 in your spots.
Oh,
Oh, there's a corpse.
Yeah.
there's a couple corpses.
Kept running with me. I'm like, I'm at my spot there, good sir.
Yep. Fucked up there.
I probably could have gotten almost to the corner and we would have lived though.
So how it works?
I lost a lot of
is
blood for that.
It it's based on the blue grid square you're in. Doesn't matter where in that square you are, as long as you're in that square, like then that is the center point for your
This is nothing
explosion.
personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned
Like
to the
if I'm
ring!
right on the edge of the corner of the square, it's the same as if I'm standing in the dead center of the blue square.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! How wickedly divine!
Dodge the cubes on the left, and the lasers. Red spots. Watch the east cubes. In. Right. DPS
Oh
are baiting
my!
close.
The
DPS
challenger
close.
went down hard.
Supports far.
They're still in it!
Right.
But for how
In
long?
and tanks. In and tanks. This is the nice pattern. Then it will be out and healers.
They're back on their feet! What grid?
Out healers. In melee. Outranged. Good shit. Such an easier pattern. Raid
You are
wide.
going too
then
far out,
park.
sir. Saw you over there, Ahmed. Just stay on your marker.
Yeah, that was. I don't know why.
There is no limit to Electro's
Cardinals?
potential.
Watch the boxes.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
1 or 4. It is 4 buddies. 4 buddies. Oh, wow, that.
And they're down!
Tank Buster.
Is it over already?
Oh,
Look, Torum.
I shield
Everyone
you.
spread out so you don't get blasted for whoever gets blasted next. Great.
That's the first time we've had to go to the north edge, and it fucked me up on trying to
Oh, okay,
position
so we
myself.
got. Alright.
It's all good.
We got killed. I was just wondering.
How's this?
Yeah, just wipe it because we can't res everyone, and a bunch of people are getting huge stacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's been south like every time, I think. So.
Yeah. So it's like my brain was like, oh fuck, that's an option. Oh god.
Yeah, I was sitting there, it's like, oh, 2 and 3 are both bad. Where do I go now? Oh, well, yeah, the 2 I'm not with. Die.
My usual go-to is if I get confused on that mechanic, I just run into into an area I know is dangerous, so that there's no way I kill anyone else. Just fuck off into my own death land. Funny enough, tanks can do that and live. It's unfair.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! A wickedly
Watch the
divine!
cubes on the west and the left. Red spots. Watch the east cubes. Out to the wall, watch the east cubes. Supports bait. Supports far, DPS close. Modified clocks. We are in, healers are baiting. It's the cursed pattern.
So everybody else in the hitbox.
In healers, then out tanks. Out tanks bait. In ranged bait. Out melee bait. And good job. Raid wide's next.
I almost did it again.
He really wants to be a melee guy.
We over-admitted that one.
Hooray!
There is no
Cardinals?
limit to
Don't get
Electro's
lasered.
potential.
Or do, I don't. I'm like. It doesn't kill, it just hurts.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
1 and 3. Going to 1 and buddies. 1 and buddies. Tank Buster at A. Tank Buster at A. Lock positions. Get blasted. Check your debuff. Check the number of times you get hit.
How's this?
Alright. Longs, find the safe spot. Shorts, find your spread spots. Almost. If you gotta bleed, just heal. West side and
they're down.
spread.
Is it over already?
Static spread spots. Alright, now shorts go to the safe spot, and everyone else go to yours. Or spreads.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
It was just one person was slightly slow and clipped us, which gives us yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I was only one hit.
Is there a rule for how many people are? Is it 4 long and 4 short?
There's always 4 long, there's always 4 short.
Always
It's
4
always
short,
2 DPS and 2 support long, 2 DPS, 2 support short. That's why we split DPS east, support west, because it's always 2 and
And
2.
And then is there always like
There's
4 people with 2 and 4 people with 3?
no, it's
Well, no, some
well,
people could have 1.
It's
Some
2
people have 1.
1s, 4 2s, and two threes. The threes are always short people. The ones are always long people. And then the ones and the twos that are short will become twos and threes by the time they are resolving. Yes.
Spend some time on Photoshop and make another guide sheet.
I posted a guide sheet that somebody else made, but it is a little tiny, and I don't know. They probably made it off of the original Shaba, so they said they made it off of Shaba, but I don't. To
But
Tail's
Shaba
point,
has changed so much.
sometimes
so
it changes.
rapidly.
So,
Sometimes it changes 4 times in a day.
but I think it's like at least. I try to look at that.
Sometimes you run a group with the Shaba, the guy who made the paste bin, and then when you wake up the next morning a few hours later and start progging, the strats you were using with Shaba are no longer the Shaba strats. Also, just as a note, Shaba Daba is genuinely really good person. Willing to just bring us in to practice the enrage mechanics. Last mechanic.
Yeah, that guide sheet's a little hard to read.
Feel free to make your own.
I mean, to be honest, it's like the first mechanic, like you don't need to have that on there. The lines, like that's just a fucking figure it out idiots.
Again, it's kind of hard. They put so much on there that it's hard for me to zoom
Well,
around, but
you
that's what
remember
I've
the
been
one-
using.
You remember the ones that I made for like
No,
PAS,
yeah,
where it's
absolutely.
like I basically trimmed off anything that was not like I don't even remember all the mechanics that were in that fight, but it's like I basically got rid of anything that wasn't like worth putting on there. It was like fucking figure it out. I'm not putting this on the graphic.
I think the first mechanic that probably needs, like, that you would want on a cheat sheet would be the Electro Edge
What-
2
yeah,
spread.
What I want on a
E2
what
thing
I
that
want on a
Java
cheat
they're
sheet.
calling on here.
What I want on a cheat sheet is like the thing that says like narrowing, widening, and the pink purple rule. Just like like a quick like just give me that rule just as a quick.
There's
like
a
then
great,
you don't need to spell out all of the you know what I'm saying? Like just put that, and then you don't need to tell me the rest. Like I'll.
It's a great
Otherwise, it's
great
like 16
mnemonic
different
you can
pictures.
use for that. Narrowing, the safe spot is
Narrowing.
narrow, and the widening, the safe spot is wide.
Yeah. No, I get that, but I'm saying like in terms of what is needed for a cheat sheet, like I don't need 16 pictures of all the very, you know what I'm saying? Like just like just name the rule and then for the final bit of that, if we ever survive long enough, shorts, find the new north. And then it's the same like with the spread, right? Like the twos are like the more north spots and the threes are the further spots.
Threes have to be the farthest away, because otherwise they would kill everybody.
Right, it's just the longs, and that's like the updated one, right? Like the update, like I might then have 3 by the end.
So yeah, like, so technically the stacks there, or the spreads where you are doing the stacks based on your number, that is the mechanic that's going to cause you to become a 2 or a 3 as a long.
Right. So you have to look at your or you have to think about your updated number.
Yeah.
And then go to the spot according to that, which
Basically
as
what I
support,
would
it'll always
recommend-
be on west.
I would
and then
recommend-
either the north or the south.
I would recommend just figure out if you're short or long, count your number, and then as you're running to that safe spot, if you are long, just add 1 to your number, and then just forget the original number. You don't care anymore.
I'm adding 1 to my number as soon as I'm standing in the long safe position.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I think the other flaw with this document is that you could fit all of this in a legible format, but the problem is they went tall, not wide. It should go wide because most people aren't going to be using like a long monitor for this.
Having done full,
You don't matter.
having done full clear week 1, I now realize that the reason for these insane decisions that yes, you're correct, is because the people who were making this were fucking sleep deprived and losing their minds.
He's like, quick, let me do this all in one little image. Like,
I just remember a freaking thing about why there was always an arrow for Pietas, whatever the thing was, the Phoenix thing, and like the fucking like 37-minute video that somebody found, that one of you people found, and it was like, the answer is that you always have to have arrow second, otherwise you could not form the fucking Phoenix.
oh my god.
It's like
We were
37-minute
so
video.
no, nobody ever said that part.
He
Like,
never
they
said
never
it, but it was like a
mentioned
37-minute video where he was trying to explain that and just didn't understand it himself.
Let's do a few more polls before we have to reset the instance, because I figure we'll take a short break out when we reset.
Yeah.
My personal thing that makes me hate this community with the Fiery Vengeance is when you look up their rotation image and it's like 16,000 by 23,000.
This is
I'm
nothing
sorry.
personal, but
I'm
must
sorry.
have your soul.
I've been good.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
I don't care if it's when it's like Shelbasaur 1.5 seconds.
That was Shelbasaur 1.5 seconds. Like, oh,
Well, she got punished for it, so it's fine.
see, I was
You
punished.
lost your shield.
Yeah, because I took
One needs
I took
wings,
autos.
one needs simply make them.
All right, watch the left cubes and the lasers.
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly divine!
Right, Ron.
I'm a fucking dumbass. I was not even looking at her
Spread
wings.
spots. Watch the east cubes get out to the wall. DPS are baiting.
And they're done!
DPS are
Is it
baiting
over?
far. Supports in. DPS far. Good enough. Out and
I did what I was
tanks
supposed to.
first. It's out and tanks bait first. Cursed pattern. Play it safe because we've got dead.
They're back on their feet! What grit?
In healer's bait. Out melee bait. We have no healers. Run to the wall
They're
and
still in
die.
it! But for how long?
I'm sorry. I
Sorry.
Giggle so much when you fucking died.
So, my partner went out with her parents today, and I unfortunately got fucked over by work and had to stay home. And she just plopped a shirt down on my desk a little while ago that I didn't notice. It's just a hedgehog, and it says it's laying in the seductive pose. It says, "Feeling cute, might stab someone later."
This is
me
nothing
happy.
personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly divine!
Watch the left cubes and the lasers. Red spots, watch the east cubes. In, watch the cubes. Supports are baiting, go to the wall. Supports far, DPS close. Oh Lord, Torum coming. It was very, no, I meant you swim in. Out and
Out,
tanks
tanks
bait
first.
first. It is cursed. We love it. Out, tanks bait first. In, healer's bait. Out, melee bait. In ranged bait. Raid wide's next.
Getting good. Getting so good.
Yeah, if we can do the cursed one, we're fucking fine. Next is Cardi's.
There is no limit to
Let's see how many
Electro's
times the cubes
potential.
get shot.
She's gathering ether, but to what end?
South, 2 or 3. Two spread. 2 and spread. Tank busters. Singular. Yes, tank busters. 2 hit. Block spots. You get blasted. Check your debuff if it's long or short. And count the number of times you get shot. Longs, find the safe spot and add 1 to your debuff. Okay, now it is going to be west and spread, static spread spots. Okay, shorts, find your safe spot, and longs, find your spreads.
Hi, this is my spot though, so I'm in the right location.
That's the next thing that happens. This is why this mechanic is essentially a body check.
Yeah. Oh god. Make sure you.
Okay, cool. We can see the start of this mechanic. She's going to jump north. Check, you're going to get a debuff. You're gold or silver. You want to get hit by the opposite? Don't fucking read this. Get at pop sprint and get the fuck out.
Oh, look at that massive cannon. Her skills are as sharp as ever.
You will survive 2 hits of that, maybe.
Guess much.
Where'd you guys
Hard
go?
to do that in normal.
Then you need to be hit by the opposite color with a tank in front.
Oh, wild charge.
Oh,
Gotcha.
it's a wild card.
And then it applies
Ow.
debuff soup and we deal with cubes. Not debuff soup, everyone gets 1 debuff. That is the last mechanic of phase 1.
Do you have
Is
to
it-
have her to a specific
Nope.
percentage?
Nope.
Okay.
It is time based,
So it
so
just goes
we
with
can
the
prog
same.
this whole fight with our fucking weapons sheathed.
This is nothing personal.
Feel free
but
to
I
use
must
limit break
have your
while we are
soul.
progging. We do need LB3
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
transition. But for now, I don't care if we use the LB just to prog.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
Cubes and the lines. Spread spots. Watch the east cubes. We are in. Watch the east cubes. DPS are baiting. Far. DPS far supports close.
And they're done! Is it over already?
It's going to be in and healer bait. It is the cursed power.
They're back on their feet! What great...
In healer's bait. Second will be tanks out. Out for tanks. In and ranged. Out in melee. cardinals and watch the cubes.
There is no limit to Electro's potential.
It is gathering ether, but to what end?
North, 1 or 4. Four and spread. 4 and spread. Tank Buster at A.
Simpsons rules if you get hit.
It's
My fault. It's my fault. I know if I get hit, it's my own fault.
Fox spots. So we can all get a punishing. Check your debuff if it's long or short. Count the number of times you get shot.
How's this?
Longs, find your safe spot and add 1. Shorts, spread. Okay.
Oh my! The
East
challenger
and
went down
static
hard.
spread spots. Static spread spots. Sarah, you are on the side of the boss there.
They're still in it, but for how long?
I'm following M3 rules.
Following what?
M3 rules. I don't think that applies to you. I'm talking to my ranged homies.
Yeah, it's just getting turned around and trying to figure out where the fuck, you know.
Yeah, I'm following M3 rules as well.
No, I know you are. Lane.
I'm just thinking about. I was like, M3 rules. What do you mean? Oh, you mean when we go out to the walls? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it's just getting turned around. Well, all of that happens.
This is nothing
same.
personal, but I
And
must
smudge over
have
there.
your soul.
Because that's what I'm trying to do, is just getting turned around and finding where exactly
Right.
I am in relation to my spot.
And Melee, if there's any version of this that any version of
one
these 4
needs
spots you'll
wings,
remember
one
easier,
needs
we can do
simply
any
make them.
orientation. It's just those are the 4 spots.
His great wings, ha! A wickedly
We can do whatever the
divine.
fuck we want. Dodge the lines and the cubes. Go to your spreads. Watch the east cubes, we are in. Watch the east cubes, we are in.
Sorry, you gotta go south.
Right, out, and watch, and supports are far. Supports are in, I'm so.
Oh my! The challenger
I
went
was
down
like, I'm
hard.
pretty sure I'm supposed to be close.
I was still figuring out what happened and why we had to death.
Something
I
not
was
there.
like-
Initial spots.
Well, maybe I'm wrong.
Alright, I got you.
Just keep it.
No, you're good.
Gotta remember, it's pink and pout pull.
Yeah. That
Or belt.
just rolls off the tongue. It's not as good as same ass, different face. Okay, that's all I know.
Yeah, but very few things are as good as same ass different face.
That's true. That was pretty iconic.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Personally, I was a fan of the JFK formation.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
That was when we had to go back and to the left.
Everybody first using that simply because there's no other spinning person that can come get it.
If one needs wings, one needs
I can tell you
simply make them.
whatever static I used it in, there were people who didn't.
His great wings,
Yep, check your boxes
a
and
wickedly
lock.
divine.
Red spots. Watch the east boxes. We are in. DPS are baiting. We are far. DPS far. In, tanks first. Happy pattern. In tanks first, second will be out. Out healers. In melee. Out range.
Screwed up.
And they're done!
Okay.
Is it over already?
You only killed me. Good white.
They're still in it! But for how long?
That's what makes that pattern better in every way, because even if you fuck up in that pattern, only 2 people die.
There is no limit to Electro's potential.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
She's gathering ether. But to what end?
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
4 and 2. We are on 4 and spread. 4 and spread. Tankbuster. This will be followed by Claws. Clocks. Check your long or short, and check your number of times you get shot.
How's this?
Longs go to the safe spot, shorts go to your spread spots. You're going east and spread, static spread spots. Yes, Sarah, you are always at max melee.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
Shorts go to the safe spot.
Hey! Hey!
How did you die?
Well, it was a dead body. We can't do anything about
Oh,
that.
no, they should
Oh
have
man,
died.
I was fast by the mid. I could have survived that.
I just know I did it right. That was my
Yes,
A.
you and I did it right.
We can play.
Yeah, well, it's always fine. Worst thing that happens, we get killed.
Yeah. I mean, we died before 4 minutes. So.
The only thing about the easy pattern is I think people get used to like having to run
This is
really
nothing
far out
personal,
or
but
really far
I
in.
must have your soul.
Because the deaths there
Wicked
were
Thunder
caused
has
by
returned to the ring!
people being not like on the run. Because we had the bad pattern sometimes, so you're used to having to.
Personally, I find the bad pattern to be easier to believe for.
I do too.
If one needs wings,
It's I call it the bad pattern because it's like
It's a lot more movement.
it's also just
She's great wings!
it's possible for the
wickedly
good pattern to
divine.
keep nearly 100% uptime. Boxes and lines. Watch the east boxes. Red spots. We are in. Watch the boxes. Supports are baiting. Go to the wall. Supports are bar. Yes, close. Alternate box. It is out and healers first. Out and healers first. Then it will be in tanks second. Out healers first. In tanks.
Oh my! The challenger went down
Out
hard.
ranged. In melee.
And they're done! Is it over already?
Wait, what? We keep progging.
They're back on their feet! What grit?
Cardinals don't get shot.
There is no limit to Electro's potential.
is gathering either, but to what end?
One or three. Is 3 and buddies. 3 and buddies. Tank Buster. Everyone to claps. Check your long or short, and check if you how many times you get shot.
How's this?
Okay, longs, go to your safe spot. Get ready. It is east and spread. East and spread. Gotta go with the spread spots.
Wow.
That's just damage.
Turns around.
It was just damage.
Yep. We can instance and
Yep. Let's re-instance. Take a quick break if you don't mind. I just want to go to the bathroom and talk to Erica.
Look on the clear.
And then before we go back in, I do want to talk about the next mechanic, just because we're probably going to see it soon. I will be right back. I am back. Alrighty.
I'm pretty sure it's not a new microphone, but the person that hacked Torm's account.
Right, right.
Left.
Cooking with this damage, though.
So, my thought was because you hate the tome weapon so much.
I don't actually hate the tome weapon so much.
Okay, I thought. Well, my plan.
It doesn't. I thought it had stealth speed on it. It doesn't.
Well, since both Tail and Sarah have upgraded tome weapon, I figured you'd be the next priority for.
Correct. That's and I bought a jewelry this week so that I would have 500 tomes next week to be able to buy the weapon.
Well, no, actually, what I was saying is you'd be assuming you clear M4 tomorrow, right? You'd be priority.
Oh, I'd get weapon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm not ready yet. I lied. I gotta go mend.
Oh crap! I have to do that too.
In that case, that's a motivator.
Hang on. No,
Okay.
that's why do I have 113,000 health?
Okay, I just posted 2 pictures in the raid chat. You could just take a look at them. These are just the static positions for the next mechanic. And it literally just
After
goes.
the color cleave.
So we get
Like
blasted
after we
by a
run to
laser.
the side.
We get blasted by a laser. We all run to the side, then we all have to stand on the to get shot by the opposite color from our debuff with the tank in front. And then we all get a debuff from that shot. And then we go to these positions based on that debuff. With and it's DPS right looking in at the boss. If for the people going in, support left. And then we resolve these, then we get shot by the opposite color again, and then we resolve them again the exact same way, shot by the other color again, resolve them exactly the same way.
I was slightly confused by this picture because I was looking at it too.
Mm-hmm.
Who is tethered?
No one is tethered.
It doesn't matter which tether or blue.
Well,
debuff.
there are no
question
tethers.
is, 2 people get purple.
Yes.
2 people get the purple circle. 2 people get the one that has arrows on it. It'll be blue or green. It'll always be either both blue or both green, but it'll have arrows on it, so you don't really care. It doesn't matter what one it is. And then 4 people will get the circular debuffs. Again, it doesn't matter which one it is. You just stand in these positions, and it resolves the mechanic regardless of which version of it is.
So this is one of those things where they probably tried to make it more complicated, and
people figured out how to geometry.
Okay.
So the pink one stands on that
Center.
So that
on the little square in the center of the
yeah,
square.
and then the one with the arrows on it just stands a step in front of them.
And then everybody else stands in their little static spots.
Yeah, their little corners. And it'll just
okay, so melee is always going to go there, and ranged always going to go there.
No.
So
DPS will always go there. You could be
they
either.
need to put
Oh, because if I start because she does her double cannon blast, right? So if
you
I'm
might
starting
be
on the northern position, I'm going to go where that melee icon is
exactly.
anyway.
Yeah,
if I
you're
get
just going.
gotcha.
Yeah, you go right looking.
Just
at
going to the
boss.
right relative to where I'm looking.
yeah.
Yep. And
Gotcha.
And
They
that
put a lot of specific class things on these toolboxes, and it's I agree with Maze. They should have put an either or icon.
Here's the color. Red. Red stand here. Or the red on this square where this mechanic goes off, you're standing here.
Still, obviously, focus on the other mechanic first, but I just wanted people to take a look at that. Because the moment we make it past the previous mechanic with 8 people, we could literally clear this mechanic first time, because it's just that. And you do it 3 times.
This is nothing personal,
Exact same
but I
thing.
must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
My Adel doesn't lurk into claw motif, and it drives me insane.
Did you just say your Adel doesn't lerp into Quamity?
Claw motif, but yes, I said lurp. The animations don't blend together.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
Dodge the cubes and the lines. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stop calling this one. You fucking get it. East cubes. Dodge east cubes. Out. DPS are baiting. DPS close. Supports far. Clocks. Modified clocks. It is out and healers first.
Good pattern.
In tanks. Outranged. In melee. Yeah.
Easiest mechanic in the game.
It's a little dance, but it's consistent once you get it.
It's just understanding the options.
It was real fucking confusing. The first
There
time I
is
saw
no
it.
limit
With no
to
information.
Electro's potential.
Cardinals.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
4
and
and
two.
2. 4 and 2. 2 buddies. 2 buddies. Tank Busty. Not as busty as Ixion. Actually, she's not really bad. Just thick. Box. Get shot. Check your debuff length and count your
How's
shots.
this?
Alright. Longs, find the safe spot and add 1 to your number. Short spread. Dodge. It is East Buddies. East Buddies. DPS 2's underneath.
Oh,
Hey,
wait.
we're okay. We're okay. Keep going. Shorts, go to your spots. Spreads, go to your spots. Okay.
Take this!
Stack up and mitigate.
I don't have much of that.
Oh, I got shit for it.
It's not the worst, but it does hurt. All right, yeah. Focus on the next mechanic. Take a look at that picture while we have time. Check your color of your debuff now.
Electrope has many
Gold or
uses.
silver.
Watch and learn.
Immediately run to the side that she doesn't point
Oh,
this
look
to.
at that massive cannon. Her skills are as sharp as ever.
Oh, it doesn't hit that hard.
Tanks can keep up tight. All right, so golds get shot by silver, silvers get shot by
I'll
golds.
erase you.
Tank in
Silver.
front.
Tanks are in the front. Tanks are in the front. Check your debuff. Oh, we had either a tank not in front or someone on the wrong side.
Well,
Someone
according to
around.
my corpse, I was in the front.
Okay, no, I think that was just.
It's like PBOE on her.
Oh yeah, no, wait.
Everything else.
It was we had a DPS in front of the tank on silver side.
Oh, yeah, hey, there's a rabbit in front of me.
Yeah, and then when one person dies, they explode.
Oh, the light
Okay.
right from the card. Okay, so we might have to swap. She's gonna do 3 blocks.
Yes. You'll swap after we resolve our debuffs. There's plenty of time.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's
I
not like
can't-
the normal where it's like rapid fire swapping.
For that buddies, I sort of my brain.
But it was like right but wrong at the same time, you know, like
And
Yeah,
we
like,
survived
I
anyway
just-
because we can mitigate through buddies without.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Yeah, that's
was
the
like,
Wicked
I-
Thunder has returned!
that's the
Yeah.
one that we can do just spread every time on and not care. That is
Yeah, I was trying to find where the fuck long through was. Or through was.
I forgot I was even supposed to think about that, and I just found Torum.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make
Could
them.
have been better.
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
dodge the wings and the boxes too. Go to spread spots. Check the east boxes. We are in. Supports are baiting. Supports are close, DPS far. Supports close, DPS far.
Oh my! The challenger went
What's
down
wrong?
hard.
Supports close, DPS far. It is in and tanks. In tanks first.
They're back on their feet! What crit?
Out healers. In melee.
And they're done! Is it over already?
Out ranged. Raid wide. Alright. Cardinals.
There is no limit to Electrope's potential.
Watch the coups.
She's gathering either. But to what end?
4 and 2. 4 and 2.
They're still in it! But for how long?
2 buddies. 2 and buddies. Thank Musty. Box. Check your debuff timer.
How's this?
See how many times you get shot. Longs, find your safe spot and add 1 to your shots. East and stack. East and stack.
Oh god, I'm so lost. I didn't have a 2 with me. Another 3.
Oh shit, I lost track
Just
of
in
what I
the 3
was.
on the north, and I thought I was standing in the wrong spot.
Nope, that was me. I thought I was a 2. Turns out I was a 3.
Well, you were a 2, but you were going to be a 3.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got confused because I was like, oh fuck, I must be in the wrong spot. Turns out I was right.
Yep.
The
you
children
know,
who were wrong.
I needed to be north.
So
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
I don't like that mechanic. I have it up in a big picture.
If one
praying for
needs
spreads.
wings, one needs simply make them.
like I might just say that this
She's
it'll
great
be
wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
dodge boxes and wings. Red spots, watch the east boxes. Out. Watch the boxes. Alright, supports are baiting.
Oh
Supports
my! The
are in,
challenger went down
DPS are
hard.
as far. Supports close, DPS far.
They're
We
back
are
on their
in
feet.
healers
What
first. In healers bait first. Second will be out and tanks. Out and tanks. In and ranged.
And they're done. Is it over already?
Out and melee. Yeah, we had a melee death, so someone else is going to die.
They're still in it, but for how long?
Alright, Cardinals, watch the cubes.
There is no limit to Electrope's potential.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
1 and 3, 1 and 3.
3.
3 buddies, 3 buddies.
And that too.
Fox, check your debuffs. Fox, check your debuffs.
How's this?
Count the number of times you get shot. Longs, find the safe spot and add 1 to your number. East and buddies. Shorts, go to the safe spot. Longs, go to your red spots.
Oh no. Oh, okay, that didn't hurt as bad as I thought.
Take this!
Help your healers.
I have reprisal for all of these mechanics, so if you want to just fit them somewhere else.
Gonna jump north. Feel free to pop sprint when she starts pulling out her gun.
Electrope has many uses.
Check the
Watch
color of
him
your
out.
debuff while we're running over there.
Oh, look
Going
at that
in
massive cannon.
best.
Her skills are as sharp as ever.
Okay. Check your debuff color. Check your debuff color. You want the opposite.
I'll erase you.
Silvers get shot by gold. Golds get shot by silver. Pick your spots.
Oh, and then it gave me.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh, and then there's spots, you're saying.
Yep, it's you get shot, then you get
Okay.
debuffs. Then you get shot. It's shot, debuffs, shot,
Okay.
debuffs, shot, debuffs. That's the whole mechanic.
Okay.
Missing food buffs, too.
Hey, it's got 3 left on
So
it.
you get shot 1 time, get some debuffs, you do your debuffs. Then you get shot again. Then you do your debuffs again.
So because I had green tether, I would go in front of whoever had pink.
Yes. On your side, yeah.
Yep. Gotcha.
That's it.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
Good job on buddy stacks, we didn't fuck it up, and good job on the whole mechanic, we all survived.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! How wickedly divine!
Spread spots, watch the east cubes. Out. DPS are baiting. DPS close, support far. DPS close, support far. It's going to be out and tanks first. Out and tanks first. In and healers second. Out and tanks first. In healers. Outranged. No,
melee.
out melee. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. In range. I'm sorry.
Range.
Is it over already?
Yep, that's my fault. Just
Yep.
Mace.
Better heal whoever's getting punched in the face. Probably the pain.
nope. There shouldn't be any autos between that and
Oh, there was.
Oh, there was.
Oh, there was.
Yeah, Pop Rock was getting dead.
It's alright. On the Cardinals. On the Cardinals. Everybody's alive.
There is no limit to
It's all good.
Electro's
Cardinals.
potential.
It was the
Cardinals dancer.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
4 and 2. Two and spread. 2 and spread. Tank Buster. Clocks. Check your debuff timer and see how many times you get shot.
How's this?
Long debuffs, find safe spot and add 1 to your debuff. Short spread. West and Spuddies. West and Buddies.
Oh. Wait.
Okay, one too many.
Oh,
Wait.
no.
Oh my! The challenger went down
Two,
hard.
the south. So
It was a long one, so it was also south.
yep.
Yeah.
So
How
I think
was
we
that
got
free?
ICPM'd by the. Wait.
I saw a white mage going flying somewhere in
I
there.
don't know why I panicked.
We also had we had 3 DPS on the out spot. That should have been the short 3 and the long 2. I was the long 2.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
Red spots. Check the east cubes. You're out. DPS are baiting. DPS are out. Support are close. Alright, it is out and tanks. I won't fuck up the call on this one. It's out and tanks. Second will be in and healers. In and healers. Out and melee. In and ranged. Great one.
There is no limit to Electro's potential.
On the Cardinal.
Count your cubes.
She's gathering ether, but to what end?
3 and 1. It's 3 and spread. spots. Check the length of your debuff and how many times you get shot.
How's this?
Longs, find your safe spot, add 1 to your number. Forts are spreading. West and buddies.
Out of here. Go away.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
What's happened there? 5 people north?
I was 3 and short, therefore so.
No.
There was.
Short,
3 and short is north.
3 and short is
Oh
north.
fuck! God damn it! Carry on. Don't know what happened there.
It was no one's fault.
3 and short. His face.
Okay.
There are 3 holes on the face, but only 2 on the
This is
butt.
nothing personal, but I must
Criminal
have your
investigation
soul.
has determined that it's inconclusive.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's gravely, wickedly divine!
Boobs and wings. Watch the east cubes. Spread spots. We are out to the wall. Supports are baiting. Supports are out. In. Supports are in. DPS are out.
Supports are in.
In.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
We are out, and healers are first. Out. Healers
They're
are baiting.
back on their feet. What grit?
Little closer to your phone.
In tanks. Out ranged. In melee.
And they're down. Is it over already?
Start casting.
Oh, right.
I threw my mid already.
Electro Edge 1. Watch the cubes.
There is no
See
limit
which ones get
to
shot
Electrope's potential.
She's gathering either. But to what end?
1 and 4. 1 and 4. Is 4 and buddies. 4 and buddies. Buster. Clocks. Check the length of your debuff and how many times you get shot.
How's this?
Longs, find your safe spot and add 1 to your debuff. Shorts, spread. West and buddies. Need the short 2. Need the short 2. I need the short 2.
I need to put more mid on there. God damn, I'm gonna need to take a look at the mid planner for this.
Take this!
Think of it for melee for DPS. Think of it as the 3s, the bigger number, are further away from the boss. The 2s, the smaller number, are closer to the boss.
Let's see. No, it's gonna be something I think. Just fuck off with that and be spread.
Right.
I mean, unironically, do you guys want to try just spreading and
No, I
mitigating?
died
Yes.
solo to it.
But did you have Mitt though?
I
Like,
died solo to the spread.
We can,
so
I'm saying we can kitchen sink the solo, the thing.
I'm
and-
saying I've died solo to the spread. Because of
This is
that
nothing
I'm saying I don't
personal, but
trust
I
it,
must have
unfortunately.
your soul.
Love you guys,
Wicked
but I'm a
Thunder has
canary.
returned to the
Looking like a
ring!
fool.
Just me not understanding. Yeah,
If one needs wings, one needs
What do we
simply
want?
make them.
She's great wings! Ha! A wickedly divine!
Cubes and wings. Watch the east cubes get out. Supports are baiting far. Supports far, DPS close. Out and tanks bait first. Out and tanks. Second will be in and healers. In healers. Out melee. In ranged.
There is no limit to Electro's
Cardinals?
potential.
She's gathering ether, but to what end?
North side, 1 or 4. It's 4 and buddies. And cluster. Box.
How's
debuff?
this?
And see how many times you get shot. Longs find the safe spot, add 1 to your count. West and spread. Static spread spots. Shorts find the safe spot, longs spread.
Take
Look at my health.
Well, that's not the hit that.
I know that. I'm saying I don't trust to be healed up enough for that.
To be fair, I'm not throwing any. I'm not throwing any.
All right,
mitt
clear
on that.
comms. Going north. Check your
Electro
color of your
has many
debuff
uses.
and run pop sprint
Watch
now
out.
and get the fuck off of the platform.
Oh, look
You're
at that
going
massive cannon.
west.
Her skills are as sharp as ever.
All right. Check your color of your debuff, gold or silver. Find the opposite color shot and be behind your tank.
I'll erase you.
Look at your debuff and go to your spots. Alright, swap. It's a swap.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
I know South Side was completely all over the place, so check the picture again.
The debuffs
More that I
happen
was trying to find the little tiny icon.
Right after you get shot, you get a
yeah,
debuff.
immediate. It's pretty
Immediately.
quick.
I know. I'm old. My vision is kind of blurry. It takes me a second to see things. I like to blink a few times and get my magnifying glass out. Because I have them set to 200% and I still can't see these fucking things.
I mean, it's the boss is in the center. The boss ring would just make that way too crowded.
No, I mean the debuff. The debuff.
No, I was
so
responding to that.
Typing in small print, you can't read.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
That's why he never reads the chat.
You fucking senior citizen.
I'm a fancy AARP.
If one needs
Fuck my
wings,
goddamn
one needs simply make them.
I think it'll be okay.
Wings and
I don't think we
boxes.
were gonna kill
His
this.
great wings! Ha! A wickedly
Dodge
divine!
boxes, dodge boxes. Red, watch the east boxes. You're out. DPS are baiting. DPS are far, support are close. Is out and tanks first. Out and tanks first. Second will be in healers. In healers. Out melee. In ranged. Grade wide into electric.
There is no limit to Electro's potential.
And Cardinals. Watch the cubes.
He's gathering ether, but to what end?
4 and 2. 4 and 2. It's 4 and spread. Buster. Block spots. Check the length of your debuff and how many times you get shot.
How's this?
Longs, find the safe spot, add 1. West and buddies, west and buddies. Shorts, find the safe spot, long spread. Awesome.
Take this!
80 stack.
Well, 3 seconds.
She's gonna jump north. the color of your debuff. Gold or silver.
Electrope has many uses. Watch and learn.
Up sprint.
Oh, look at that massive cannon.
All ass to the
skills
west.
are as sharp as ever.
Alright. Get hit by the opposite color.
I'll erase you.
Behind your tank. Check your debuffs. Hit spots.
Somebody switched over. Maybe?
No, it just we didn't get to our
I was
spots.
a donut, and I went right.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just if somebody gets to the wrong spot, someone will die, and then when someone dies, they explode. The positioning is not precise. It is honestly like there's so much
This is
fucking
nothing
wiggle room.
personal, but I must
Just
have
get to
your
the
soul.
general
not-
area.
I'm
Wicked
not going
Thunder has
to be
returned to the
mitigating
ring!
at all the party attack right after Electro 2, because I won't have anything but cannons, which brought us down to like
Okay.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
His great wings. Ha! Are wickedly divine.
Spreads. Watch the east dudes. You're out. DPS are baiting. Close. Supports out. DPS in. This is out and healers first. This is out and healers first. In and tanks. Out and ranged. In and melee DPS.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard. They're back on their feet. What grit?
There is no limit to
Cardinals?
Electrope's potential.
She's gathering ether, but to what end?
2 and 4. It's 2 and buddies. Tank buster.
Fox.
Copy clocks. Check the length of your debuff and see how many times you get shot.
How's this?
Longs, find the safe spot and add 1 to your debuff.
And they're
Going
down.
west
Is it
and
over
spread.
already?
Alright, shorts, go to your spots.
Take
And are up.
this!
Just up your healers. Do me a favor here. When I call
Electrope
for
has
it,
many
I just want to
uses.
tank LB on
Watch
this,
and learn.
the gunshot. Because I just
You're
want
gonna have to channel.
Oh, look at that massive cannon.
East.
Her skills are as sharp as ever.
So right before the first shot, let's get a tank LB just so we can prog.
I'll erase
Opposite colors and tank LB. What's your position? Alright, check your debuffs. Okay, stay. We're staying. Tank in the front. Okay, sorry. I didn't think about the animation lock. But I think you made it to your spot in time.
Here.
Here, just survive.
Ooh.
Okay, this thing.
I think it's all of us.
Oh,
Oh, it's Discord.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
We're good. All right. Woo. Technically, we're overtime. Yeah.
yeah.
So just give me a reminder on this fucking the debuff I'm supposed to be looking for, because I'm clearly doing it wrong.
I think you made it to your spot. You just, I thought you were
So-
locked for the animation lock.
Over, like on this square, we could just look at it on this square. So like if I, give me 2 DPS and a tank over here. Okay, so let's say me and, I don't know, Torum are blue.
I'm blue.
Yeah. So we would go here, and then let's say Maze is purple. And then Azran has the green or blue tether. Perfect. Exactly like that. And then if I was purple and Maze was blue,
So the
and if
tether doesn't
Azran
matter.
was, the tether
There's
goes
no
right
tether.
in front of the purple. Well, it's not a tether. It's like a little tether-looking icon. I don't know how else to describe it.
It's got
There is no-
arrows. The debuff has arrows on it.
Yeah. But don't look for a
It's green.
tether. There is no physical tether on the
Yeah,
field.
I get that.
Okay,
So like
yeah.
the debuff, what does it mean? What do I need to do with it?
What it is
Is it
doing
purple?
is it is either blasting a line, a shot at the furthest person or the closest person. You can take that hit as the other, like the 4 debuffs that are in the center there can all take that hit. It doesn't matter. The people on the corners cannot take that hit. So we are positioning in this way so that you are either going to blast the person directly behind you if it's closest, or the DPS
people
all the
in
way
front of you.
across if it's furthest. And then the other person is going to blast the closest or furthest from them, while the people on the corners are dropping either tiny, tiny little point blank AoEs or donuts. If they position in those spots, we will have enough room where the donuts will be surrounding everybody and won't touch us, and the tiny point blanks are so fucking small that honestly you would struggle to hit another person with them.
So I was standing here. I had purple. I
Perfect.
died to roundhouse current. What is that?
I believe that is the
It's
donut.
a donut, so too far away.
Other purple.
Well, I was standing
The other
below the
purple.
square. So
Yeah, the purple and the, so both purples have a big donut, and so the other
No,
purple
no,
might
the
not have been
purples
there.
do not
No?
drop donuts. The 4
the blues
people on
might
the
not have been
corners, the 4 people on the corners drop donuts.
Yeah, I died and my donut exploded. I was on this corner though. I was over here, but I guess maybe I wasn't far enough up. Like,
both. and I died
This
to
little
roundhouse current.
rivet, this rivet here where I am, is enough.
so like I was like on like this like corner piece here.
Then that should be fine.
I must have died to something else then.
Let me just,
We died to collider current.
I am going
2
to,
million.
Shields.
Because roundhouse current hit me for 694,000.
Well, I'm assuming roundhouse current was my donut killing me.
I'm uploading the log now and I'm gonna just literally see where the game thought everyone was. So we can figure out what happened that time, but like, yeah, it is.
I definitely saw, like, Maze was center, but whoever was supposed to be in front of him, I can't remember who it was anymore. They were not in front of him. I don't know if that
What that would
could've
cause would
been-
mean they would then blast their shot at someone who shouldn't be getting shot.
Right. I think whoever had the tethery looking thing was not in position on our side. I don't know about the other side.
It's the last pull. Who's in positions? Blasted.
I just don't know what all the specific damage is, like which ones are. Because I see that too. I see Maze and Amet died to roundhouse current.
Yeah,
And
I was a
then-
little off center, so I may have blasted.
So,
I was trying to figure out exactly where to be, and I looked at the.
Amet, you were way too far out, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, and if Emet was the other purple, then that would explain it, because we would probably clip each other.
And Sirikez, at the time it happened, the game, I think you got there late because of the LB, but the game was, like, as far as I'm seeing it, when it went off, you were still, you were almost there, but it was just such that, like, you were, like, here-ish, and it probably clipped, so it probably clipped Amet because Amet was too far out, and you weren't perfectly in position yet, which then kills Amet, which causes other people to die, so.
Chaos.
Okay. Oh, actually, you know what it was? Hold on, because I have... Is this close? Yeah, this was closest. Okay, so Sirikez, you were closest to me, because Amet, you were too far away.
Oh,
so I actually
so
shot
I
you
cool.
instead of Amet.
Okay.
That's what happened. Okay. It is, I mean, yeah. It's just do it and learn it. I mean, we literally just prog phase 1 in one lockout. Or one night. That's
One of the things that was missing from the tanks in front instruction, tanks need to pop a cooldown.
Yes, sorry. It is a wild yeah.
I just
I
assumed
learned
that
that
was
on,
the
like, the
case,
second
so
time
I
we
was
saw
just
the mechanic.
using it.
My bad. I've not tanked
No,
this.
I
I have
figured
not
it out.
tanked this fight yet, so I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I was like, huh, that killed me. Like,
that killed me too.
The again, that is the last phase 1 mechanic, and then we go into transition, which is just a literally like, can you step left and right?
I don't know.
Tank left or tank or DPS left.
Clockwise or
define
counterclockwise.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
The spreads, when it happens to be west, we have a tank who's normally north on the south end. What's...
It's because we're 1 or 2.
That's...
It's our 2 or 3. That's what's
No, he's saying
determining
spreads though.
For spreads?
No, he's saying spreads, yeah.
it. But for
Nope.
spreads, it's the same thing.
Spreads is just static. You're going to a set position no matter what your debuff.
Yeah.
Well,
the question
I
again,
may
sir?
have been so. In spreads, I'm going to the front.
Let
of the
him
bus.
finish.
Jesus
What?
Christ. Okay. My question is, am I going from northeast, my normal spot, to southwest, or am I going to northwest?
I've just been adjusting to whatever you guys. It's been a vibe, really. It's not. I haven't had a hard set rule with the
For-
ranged. I've
for
just been
ranged-
looking for Shelby and then going to the right of Shelby.
I'm just
For
tired-
ranged,
I'm just
I've
tired of
been-
guessing.
Yeah. For ranged, I've been following kind of the same way we did the spreading for M3, which means that facing the boss, you would be the furthest right back.
So in that picture
So
are
Does
then
that
to
make sense?
northeast to southwest, then that's what I will continue to do. I just know the last time I had to dive between 1 and 2, who were both south. So that'd be you and Emmett.
I know I killed you once by spreading to the wrong position.
That's why I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out a better way of doing this because it's like every time I go, it's like dodged minefield.
The way I'm thinking about it now is if I'm looking at the wall, the safe wall, right? Like that's the wall that's safe. I'm always going to the right.
I
Always go to the left.
recommend just go based off of the face or ass of the boss. Just because
Yeah, so it
That
would
is
be
how
going
every-
kitty corner. It'd be northeast is my normal spot. I'd be going to southwest. I get that. Just
Yeah.
want to make sure that's the goal here. So
Okay.
I'm not,
Yes.
That is
Yep,
not
yes.
how PF will do it.
No.
just to warn
Yes. Yes. No. We're good.
you. Okay. I just
That
want
is
to. I just
correct,
want to make sure
Austin.
because usually you want to do the PF normal strats, and that is not how they will do
I don't go into PF, so I don't give a fuck.
it. Okay. I just checking because I want to make sure that people know.
we'll pass out for a few hours.
Like you said, though, it sounds like PF changes their mind a million times a day.
It's. I mean, this pattern is static. It's just they've for some reason now moved the melee 2 and the off tank. It's the only change in this last one. Which I don't care. Like, whatever, fucking do whatever you want with your fucking melee things. Why this?
Because they wanted to make sure the tanks were the ones having to flex on that rather than the melees.
Well, it shouldn't really be a flex, because it just I don't know. It kept changing. It's probably the reason is most likely because statistically more melee are doing flank positionals at the time of this mechanic, and so that is why they are now on the side instead of the ass. Because when making these uptime strats, that is what is being thought about. But like, fuck man, I don't care.
No, I just look at it and I'm like, the thing that I would kind of prefer to do is if it were possible to like do it based off of the number of hits you took and whether or not you were short or long, rather than the static positions. But I'm not gonna fart around with.
Yeah,
trying
because
to figure out
sometimes
what
you
that
have to
is.
go so far.
Because that's what the problem. Well, no, it's just like it's because I have to like think about it because it's like if I'm spread, I'm always south, but sometimes I have to go north if it's a share. Which that's where it messes with me, where it's like if my stack or share was based always on what my mechanic resolution was, then it would be easy to remember. But it's just like the way this strategy is set up. It's like, okay, I have to like specifically remember two
different
values.
strategies for the same mechanic,
Yeah.
depending upon whether it's static.
Two different resolutions, way to answer the question, right?
Whereas, like, if you were a 3, you always just know to go to the face. And if you're a 2, you always know to go to the butt as a tank.
Yeah, that's all my thought was on it. It's like I'm not looking to change anything, but it's like that's where my difficulty comes
Again,
from. It's like,
I think a lot of
the
this
image.
comes down to the fact that with the fact that they found out you could mitigate stacks in crafted gear within a couple weeks. The strat is just gonna be spread statically every fucking time, regardless of what mechanic it is. I, for one, will welcome that change because I don't trust.
If you tell us what
I can
specific
ask.
nits
I'll
they
ask Chava
applied to that,
what he found
we
worked best.
I just didn't want to fuck around with it.
Yeah,
and
no,
just
I'm fine with that.
See if we could.
If someone's going to die there, it's going to be me.
No.
That's
I know,
why
but
I'm
if
pushing
we
against
knew-
it.
No, I understand that, but like if we knew like specifically like, oh, use these 4 things and everyone will be fine, then like then I would be willing to try it. I just didn't want to fuck around with it without like really knowing how much was needed and making sure that everybody was going to do, because I'm sure that's not just healers. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I guess what we should do is like when we have like one pull that we know is already kind of jacked up, just experiment, see exactly how much damage it does to Torum, and then like, figure out. And it's like, okay, if it's gonna do freaking, 112k and he has 108k HP max, it's like, okay, well then we know that like literally 10% mit, like say Dark Visionary.
When we
is
did
survivable.
it just to prove it, like when he was like, yeah, just do this exact mit, go, in the group, it was. I mean, the Picto survived with more than half their health.
Well, hey, Dark Knight. Guess what?
Yeah, so they
the melees
threw
are
in a
magical.
decent amount.
We basically
I saw
kitchen
that.
sinked it. because the next source of big damage is the stack, which can kind of be just Cure 3 spammed, and then after that it's the wall thing.
I mean, I haven't complained about the mitigation in this fight because I actually have been able to use Dark Missionary on cooldown.
Oh, don't worry,
Like,
everything is so much magic, so much fucking magic.
It's all magic, yeah.
You know, it's novel. It's like unlike the other fights where it's like, oh, everything is a physical raid wide, or physical
Here, I got
stack
you guys.
damage, or whatever.
I got you guys. Check raid chat.
Hey. Yeah, 4-star. That's an unmitigated. Yeah, 220.
That's unmitigated 220.
So like 40% reduction and a shield, which is totally doable. That's a reprisal, an addle, a feint, and shields, and then
addle is what, 15?
I think addle is 10, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
It should be. They all are. I think they're all 10.
Aren't they all 10?
Yeah. So it'd be 25% from a feint, addle, reprisal. How much is White Mage Wings?
10.
So that's 35, 45 with
I
Dark
don't know
Missionary.
I don't know what the
well,
shield
it doesn't add directly, so it's like in order to hit what 40% mit that you're saying is the goal.
Wouldn't because what's your? He has 130,000
well,
health.
It's not additive. It's multiplicative.
It's multiplicative.
Yeah. That's even better then.
So if you need 40% total mitigation, you need. Let's see here.
Probably wouldn't want to use my mitt because I'm using it on static cannons because that shit hurts. And I won't. I mean, I can throw a Caracal, which is 10%, but like Hollows, Panheima, those I need for cannons.
So it's a minute between.
You need 5-10% mitts.
It's a minute between that mechanic. Oh, then I can throw a Hollows if it's an exact minute, because Hollows is a minute cooldown, and that's one of my strongest shields. It's a 20%, or it's a 10% mid and a shit ton of shield.
And that's 5-10% if you're not shielding. So.
Yeah.
So we need an addle, a feint, Dark Missionary, Hollows, and reprisal.
Well, feint is only 5%.
It'll have to be your reprisal. Mine's down there.
I haven't been able to use reprisal
again,
literally anything because everything hits for no damage unless it kills you.
I'm fine doing it the regular way. I just honestly, like, especially when gear comes into the equation, like, it will be just easier.
No, I'm not against it when I have,
If we math it out, I'm not against it. I just didn't want.
No, 100%. But seriously,
so if we know that those are the things that we need. You know what I mean? Like, then we know that, okay, let's do it. And we just know we need addle, we need feint, we need reprisal, we need hollows, and Dark Missionary.
And
then
but the biggest thing to remember is good shit. We literally progged through we completed prog or started prog on every phase 1 mechanic. That is phase 1 essentially done in one night. I don't think we will get phase 2 in one night, unfortunately. But I definitely think we can
do that.
We
last part.
The transition part or the cannons?
The transition.
Transition is very, like, yeah, if we try and go in totally blind on it, we're gonna have deaths, but like once you see what it is, it's melee in front, melee close to the boss, ranged and healers far from the boss on intercardinals, and then you rotate one step clockwise, and then one step back, and then one step clockwise, and then one step back, one step clockwise, and then two people, either supports or DPS will get blasted, and whoever got blasted gets behind the other person, and then you repeat that. That's the entire transition.
Bunch of in and outs. Okay.
Well, no. When I say
so, step in, step out.
Step left, step right. Step left, step right, and then get behind the person if you got blasted, and then go back. Step left, step right. Step left, step right. Step left, get behind the person.
BA start.
Yeah. It's mostly just meant to be like, hey, look at the cool graphics of this lady.
As a reminder to everybody, we are raiding tomorrow.
Yay.
It's makeup day, because we only have 2 days next week. That we were going to do Tuesday, Wednesday.
Aye.
So if you have alarms, change them.
Alarm. I am going into the city tomorrow, but we are taking the train back around 3, so there should be no fucking problem. And even if we miss the 3 o'clock train, we take the 5 o'clock train, and we're still back in time.
I will say now that I am cooking ribs tomorrow, so hopefully I will time it to be done before then, but we may run into, if depending on when I get it done, it may run over for like when we're actually eating, so. But we should be in on time though.
Hope you bring enough for the class.
You ain't getting any of my ribs.
I'm excited too.
BRB, I'm driving to Minnesota right now.
I think if we had the full 3, if we were doing 4 days this week and then had the full 3 next week, I think we would kill next week. With the 2 days next week, I think we'll probably kill the week after.
Yeah, which is just fine. It's like
Still ahead of the other.
That's
still ahead of the other team.
That's still 4
kill?
weeks.
Are they on 2 or did they kill 2?
Let me check the logs.
Dale, did you do your re-clears on Dragon Tails yet?
And also, what about the other? We've got a couple enemies,
Or not
right?
Dragon Tails, Tall Tail.
No, they're the only enemies. The other ones aren't even in our league. They still haven't killed Honeybee Lovely though.
So the enemy team hasn't beaten Honeybee?
No, their closest was a 0.3% pull at 11-12.
I mean, to be fair, that's
Wednesday.
basically beating Honeybee. That's just
Yeah, it's a 0.3% wipe, but how many 1% heals did she get in that?
They only had 2 deaths.
Did she have any hearts?
How do I check that?
It would be her debuffs right before the enrage.
Yeah. Debuffs or whatever.
If you go to replay, you could check it pretty easily.
Replay. That's a good.
Just
That's
scroll
a good
to the
point.
end of the
And
fight.
just scrub down to the end. They had 1 heart, so they had 1%.
Yeah,
That
so
would have been a clear
it would've been
if they didn't fuck up one. Yep.
Because it is more than 1% of her health, because it's a 1% heal and a 6-second stun on whoever got it, and now the healers have to play more carefully. So it
If
is.
I had to guess, the deaths probably came from whenever that heal happened.
Yes, it looked like the dancer died.
To answer your question, Amit, I have not cleared on Tall Tail yet. I was going to see if I could pop in an M1 group right now. I think Shelby, you already killed M1, right?
I fucking finally. I don't understand why I saw Enrage on that fight so many fucking times.
People don't
With
know how to
so
press their
few
buttons.
deaths. Really, with so few deaths. It's astonishing.
I'm astonished that you see Enrage, because the thing is, to me, like, if you are going to hit Enrage, it's because everybody died, and you're gonna not see Enrage because everyone died. Like, I can't imagine seeing Enrage more than
Right.
As in, like, people didn't die and you saw Enrage still? Are they getting buttons?
You
TF is
know?
garbage. Honestly, it took me 4 hours to get my fucking 1 re-clear on Tuesday because we just kept hitting Enrage.
Because I'll tell you, the clear that I finally got, and I'm looking at it now, we had 1 death, and it was he was casting the Enrage.
I believe it, because
was it like mostly Grace?
Yes.
Okay. At least I feel better. Then.
I will believe it, because I did Honeybee Lovely earlier just for funsies. On my main, it was a group of 6 people who had cleared her this week, so it was only 2 people were going for the chest, and both of those people cleared last week.
Oh,
and
that's why I saw this mechanic 3 times. I'm second.
And we never ever saw Beef. With a full group of people who had cleared, 6 of us had cleared already this week. And I mean, I gave it 12 pulls with them, so like, I'm heading
Yes.
over. So, Amet, did you need M1 or?
I needed 3.
Okay.
I'm Aether's Lock, so I'm popping over to Primal, see if there's a
Me
group,
too.
because there's none on Crystal. If there's that, I'm probably just gonna head off to bed and then spend the entire fucking morning clearing 3.
Shelby, are you going to be up much longer, and do you want to try M2?
M2 sucks in PF as a healer. I'm just gonna let you know this. You either get some really good healers or some real shit healers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably done with Final Fantasy for the night.
Okay. Checking, because I'm going to try and get, like, M1 and 2
Yeah.
done.
I'm gonna head out.
I get you.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night. I will be looking at the mid planner that I got from the balance a few days ago, and I'll put it on raid chat when I filled it out.
Don't get yourself spoiled.
Yeah, I know what the second phase looked like. I haven't seen the transition. Because
Aw.
I go to YouTube and then oh hey, there's a thumbnail.
She doesn't.
But
She doesn't get much sex. She kind of stays about the same sexy.
But yeah, like so I'm still like relatively aside from like
Does
knowing what
get
she looks like in phase 2, I'm fairly blind for it.
Still think the first mechanic is my favorite. Phase 2. This is just someone was having fun at Square Enix, and they were like, "Let's scare the shit out of them for a poll."
Cactus Dungeon.
Let's see.
Texas.
I'm gonna bounce off and try and get
Yeah,
my
same.
re-clears or clears on this character. I'll see you later.
Have a good day.
Bye. Still deciding if I'm now or. To be honest, I don't want to do an any chest. Fuck that. I'm just gonna morning. Morning is easy. And stream there. Have a good night. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. I am gonna stream tomorrow night because we are doing an extra. Bye bye.